Raider! Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever! You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murph's Fan Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Bolitnikov, a leaping pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players, you have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down, Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play. Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
Fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio, and I don't have Uncle Mosh with me tonight to yell at me to hit the button, so I forgot to hit the button.
Oh no, hit the button.
So I hit it now, so there we go. So now I got the button hit for the audio portion of the broadcast. But anyways, thank you for joining us here for episode number 140 of Raiders Fan Radio, here live from Murph's Fan Cave. Appreciate everybody joining us live in the chat room. Already a lot of people in there on the YouTubes. If you don't join us there, please do so. That is youtube.com/Murph's Fan Cave. That's MURFS Fan Cave. And already in there is Ron the Materator. We call him the Materator because he's the moderator and he's a made man. So Ron the Materator is in there. Full Metal Mexican. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. He's the captain of our made men. We call him the Capo. Full Metal Mexican. Roland Dubs listening from Spain. Mark Granados is in there. Chris Potts is in there. Kevin the Raider Nerd is in there. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Sugar Shane? What's up, Just Win Johnny? There's all kinds of people in there. Appreciate Rowdy Raider also jumping in there. Appreciate everybody joining us for episode 140 of Raiders Fan Radio. All right, I mentioned that that Uncle Mosh is not here tonight. There's his camera for those of you that are on the YouTubes. There's the empty chair. Uncle Mosh was called out to real life, so unfortunately he wasn't able to join us tonight, but I sent up the bat signal, man, because you guys know I don't like doing podcast selfies, and so, you know, if I don't have my Uncle Mosh, then I absolutely got the next best thing. He's number 2 on his jersey, but he's number 1 in your hearts. Swag Jeff, what's up?
Swag, what's up, man?
What's up, brother?
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man, good to see you. Appreciate you joining us here.
Yes,
RFR. It's
man,
been a minute.
It's been a minute, man. I've been jonesing. I've been jonesing to get back on.
Yeah, you haven't been here since Hard Knocks, huh?
Like no, I don't really.
This is your first shot to talk about Hard Knocks.
Yes,
huh?
yes, and I've loved every second of it. And yeah, it's been several weeks. I missed the dining room brigades and the whole. I missed the whole thing, and then I was in Florida and all that stuff. So now I'm back, and I am ready to talk Raiders.
Right on, man. Well, it's good to have you. You see Jeff there on the feed. He's wearing his Charles Woodson number 2.
Yeah. So fun little story.
Yeah, tell us that story.
So this past weekend, me and my father-in-law and my brother-in-laws, we went to Ann Arbor. We went to the Big House, and we got to see the University of Michigan play my alma mater, Middle Tennessee State University,
which is my alma mater as well. And
yes,
there's
right
MTSU, Blue,
there it is,
and that's
yes.
the Blue Raiders.
It's the
for
Blue
those
Raiders,
of you that don't know,
exactly,
represent
But and Murph, you kind of gave me a little crap about it because I pulled for Michigan in that game, even though
I'm like, what the heck, Jeff? I'm like,
okay,
like freaking MTSU fans need all we can get, and we're in the Big House.
Nah, you know what? You know what?
And we got a quarterback too. That Asher O'Hara is a
baller.
He's
a
beast. You watch freaking.
He's a beast, and they balled out a little bit against Michigan. But you said that they need all the support they can get. But look, man, I gave him 40+ K through my 7.5 years that I was there, so I ain't giving him any more support. I probably bought the whole team uniforms and all of that stuff for several years. But
you bought all the alternate jerseys.
But so if you saw from the cave cam, this is a Charles Woodson jersey. So,
Yeah,
so
that's
I
legit,
was
man.
down there and was like, man, that's perfect. It's Raiders, Michigan. I'm all in.
Yeah,
so,
no, that's cool.
So it's cool.
Well, I like the story. You said that there was only 2 jerseys that they had.
Yeah, they had Woodson and Brady.
Yeah, there you
so,
go.
yeah, so it's on their Mount Rushmore. So.
And how have those guys, man, odd how those guys have been connected throughout their careers, right?
Oh,
Tuck
yeah,
Rule
Tuck
and everything.
Rule.
Yeah, oh, my gosh.
Yeah. We'll do a Tales from the Nation on that.
Absolutely.
And we'll have to do like a marathon Tales from the
That'll
Nation.
be a long one.
That'll be a long one because it leads into so many other things.
Absolutely. So for those of you that subscribe to us on the network of Murph's Fan Cave, you get 4 shows. You get this one, the flagship show, which is Raiders Fan Radio. You get the Fan Club Blitz with Splatterhead Tom and Fitz. That's an awesome, a really fun fan club show, booster club show where they talk to other members of Raider Nation and other teams as well. And a lot of fun and frivolity, a lot of drinking and a lot of talk about drinking and rock and roll and all kinds of stuff. It's a great show. So definitely check those guys out. And then you get the audio version of Mondays with Mikey and Murph. Yes, Monday and Mikey and Murph is still a thing. There was a couple things that happened this week, and Mikey and I weren't able to record on Monday, but we're going to have another one coming up. And then the week prior, he had a family thing that came up. So anyways, there hasn't been like, I've got a lot of people asking me like, oh man, did you and Mikey break up?
Oh,
is this a divorce? I'm like, no, we're fine. We're going to still do Mondays with Mikey and Murph. So that audio version of that show is on the channel. And then the last one, Tales from the Nation. That's the one where Jeff and I talk about something significant, a significant moment or an incident within the Raiders history.
One was just released.
Yeah, there was
Just
a lost
released
episode.
that we recorded 3 months ago.
Yeah, it was the lost episode because for those of you that follow the show, you know that I had a computer issue and my computer died. Well, when it died, I had to send it in to get it fixed. It had that episode of Tales from the Nation on it, so it delayed the release. But anyway, so that's probably more than you wanted to know. It's out there. Check it out.
Yes.
That's episode number 4, Tales from the Nation. They're not in any order. They're just, we call it evergreen content. You can listen to it, whatever. But this last one we did was the divine interception. Michael Huff's interception of Matt Schaub in the end zone against the Texans to seal the win for the Raiders the day after Al Davis passed away. That was a fun one, man. That was a really fun episode. So, anyway, so thank you to all of you that subscribe to us.
Yes,
and
thank
all
you,
those
thank you,
shows.
thank you.
That is just search Murph's Fan Cave on your favorite podcast service, Apple, Google Play, and otherwise.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. All right, so we're all over social media. You can find us at Raiders Fan Radio, and I bring that up because we have our social media director in house.
Yes.
Swag Jeff, you do an awesome job with it, man.
Well, thank you, man.
Like,
I'm having a ball, man.
That stuff's really grown a lot.
Yeah,
it's like taking off since you've taken over. And
I'm really good at it. And super humble about it too. Yeah, I know it's fun, man. It's fun. When I was in Florida, I was blowing. I mean, I just saw Raider stuff everywhere. When I was in Florida, I was yelling Raiders at all kinds of people wearing hats and shirts and stuff like that. Man, we're worldwide, dude.
I love the picture that you sent. You in that bar.
Yeah, in the bar. Yeah, there was a Howie Long and a Derek Carr signed jerseys right next to each other. So cool. And a I can't remember if it was maybe Upshaw. It was it was a helmet of him signed right above that.
Oh,
so
cool.
they had like Raiders Corner, and it was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
I loved
man.
it.
Yeah, that's.
And my server was a Chiefs fan, so I got to talk smack to him.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah.
Now, did you?
I had to ask him who.
Tell him the test. Okay. So here, Raider Nation, this is for you.
Yes.
This is something I came up with a long time ago. I used to work in a place where we get a lot of different NFL fans from different teams all over the place, and we used to get a lot of Packers fans. And the way that I could always suss out who the fakes were, the bandwagon fans, was that I would ask them, who was your quarterback before Brett Favre? And the answer back then was Don Majkowski.
Yeah.
But nobody ever knew that. And so you could tell the ones that were real Packer fans knew that it was the Magic Man, Don Majkowski, was the quarterback. So I was telling Swaggo, I'm like, the way to suss out Chiefs fans is that you can ask them, who was your quarterback before Pat Mahomes?
Yep.
And even if they get that, you could even hit them with who was their quarterback before Alex Smith, if you really want to get crazy with it. And I don't even know what that is.
No,
it's like Trent Green or something. I don't even know.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. So you hit the guy with that question.
Yeah, I did, and he passed the test, and all. He said he grew up in Casey, and I was like, it's whatever, and he was all jacked and super excited and all that. He came down to our neck of the woods for the draft and all that stuff.
Oh, right on.
But so I was able to give him crap and stood in Raider Corner in Florida, and it was fun stuff, man. But we went on a little tangent, but social media, you can find us everywhere, and yeah.
All right, good deal. Stuff. Good deal. So just look for Raiders Fan Radio on there. Not much on the Murph's Fan Cave portion of that.
Yes.
Just mostly all Raiders Fan Radio related on Instagram and the Twitters and all that good stuff. Which the Twitters. We're going to get to the Twitters. Okay, one last thing. We have an initiative going on where we've been supporting the Bolitnikoff Foundation. I'm going to switch over to Uncle Mosh's cam, even though he's not here. There are two different ways you can help us help the Bolitnikoff Foundation. One is if you're going to buy a jersey or a hat, or our friend Michelle, who lives here close to where we do, bought one of those big giant decals to put on the back of her vehicle. And
Yes.
man, and send us a picture, and it's really cool. And appreciate the support, Michelle. And anybody anytime you're going to buy something from NFLshop.com, use the Raiders Fan Radio link, please.
Yes.
It will take you to the same place. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but they will take a portion of the proceeds from your purchase, and they will kick it back to us, and we're giving 100% of that away to the Bolitnikoff Foundation. Then next to the Bolitnikoff jersey there, you see the Get Made t-shirt. We're starting to run low. But we still have more. I'm out of larges. So if you're a large, I'm sorry. We don't have any more left.
Gain some weight.
Yeah. Wear an extra or squeeze into a medium. Yeah. There's only a few mediums left. We've got a handful of the big boy sizes. Like we got quadruple X, we got triple X. Like we got big sizes, and we have more of those and a few extras left too. But anyways, good. So the good news is we're running low on inventory.
Yeah, which means we're selling.
Which means we're selling them, and again, 100% of the proceeds from those are going to the Bolitnikoff Foundation, and we're going to present them with a check live at their annual Crab Fest coming up this November.
Yes.
All right, so actually, I know.
Take a breath, man.
I know.
Take a breath. Pass this over to me and take a breath.
Okay, deal.
Okay.
What's episode 140?
Episode 140. So Murph,
Yes.
We've had some
Jeff.
We've had some calls. We've had some calls and emails. People are trying to take my job here.
Oh my gosh, they're all over you.
This episode number thing has become like my lifeblood, man. I've got stuff for the next 10 shows, just
nice,
in the chamber, ready to go.
Locked and loaded,
yeah. So episode 140, I have a couple different options because I found one and it was just a little too obvious. So I had to dig just a little bit deeper.
Okay.
So the first one, the obvious one, back in 2018, pick number 140 in the NFL draft, the Raiders select Mo Hurst.
Mo Hurst, nice one,
man.
Jeff.
Yeah,
Nice.
So good one there, and I think we'll hear a little bit more about that as the night goes on.
Yes.
But so I had to go a little deeper because I knew someone was going to find that. That was an easy one to find. So now we're going to take it back to 2001.
Oh,
2001,
I like it.
and
that was a good year. Well, it didn't.
Yeah,
end
until
well,
the end.
but
Until the end. But yeah, we're gonna take it back. And a couple episodes ago, we talked about him, but we're gonna talk about him again. And it's our boy Timmy Brown.
Nice.
Timmy Brown.
I love Timmy Brown.
Yeah, you do. So 2001. 2001. He had 91 receptions.
Okay.
1,165 yards.
Okay.
9 touchdowns.
Gosh, what a year.
But he was targeted 140 times.
Oh, nicely
There you go.
done.
There you
nicely
go.
done.
There you go. So hopefully I'll keep my job for another week.
That's a pretty good one, dude.
It's a pretty good one. I'm super.
I
good
like
at this kind
that
of
people
stuff.
are gunning for. I like it humble. I like the fact that people are gunning for you. but you also,
keeping me on my toes because I would have stopped at Mo Hurst.
Yeah, see,
I've been listening in the last few weeks, and people are giving me a run for my money.
Yeah, man, they're doing well with it. So
yes, and you had a sound bite for the one last week.
I had to hit you with some Napoleon Coffin, man.
You
I had
sure
to do it,
did, man. That was good.
Hey, well, we'll get to that in a minute. I was going to say something about Napoleon Coffin. You know, Napoleon Coffin quit football to go into ministry. Did you know that?
Did he really?
Yeah, and we have a story about. Let's just do it now.
You just want to do it now?
Just do it now.
Okay. Well, speaking of Derek Carr,
Yeah. So the setup. Okay, so Napoleon Coffin ended his Raiders career early to go into full-time ministry.
yes.
And there was something that came up this week that we thought was really cool, and so highlight it, Jeff.
So an article came out this week and said that before Derek Carr's rookie season, he almost hung it up because he felt a calling to minister, and he just wanted to become a preacher, and so he just about hung up his cleats and became a pastor.
Crazy.
Isn't that insane?
It is insane.
And then what did it say? Because the article name was really funny. It says Derek Carr nearly quits football for preacher's life before rookie season. And then the subtitle is Raiders QB laughs at the idea that his faith makes him soft.
I know. And that's one of the things that got my attention with that. And I love that because Carr's gotten a lot of grief about being soft. Right? Not a ton of grief, but it's come up, okay? And the reason I wanted to kind of talk about this was that there's nothing further from the truth. Faith doesn't make you soft. And there's a reason I wore my Faith Family Oakland football shirt today.
Yeah.
Faith doesn't make you soft. And in fact, one of the very first conversations I had before I even started going to church and before I, became a Christian and started going, I had a car ride with a head football coach. We were going to Uncle Mosh's, one of his wrestling tournaments.
Yeah.
And we were just sharing a ride. I didn't know this guy, but he was a recent state champion head coach of one of the teams here in Tennessee. About as manly as you can get, like a big, tough, hardcore football coach.
Yes.
Like state champion coach, like a guy that I was like, whoa, this guy's really cool, right? He gave me like his testimony on the way to the freaking wrestling tournament, like talked about his faith openly and was like, and he wasn't like trying to sell me or something. It wasn't like he had an agenda like, oh, I got this guy trapped in the car. Let me tell him about Jesus. It wasn't like that. He just was like talking openly about his, and that was the first time it ever clicked with me that, you know what, just because you have a relationship, with your faith and it doesn't make you soft. I'm sorry.
No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Well, Q-Dog just said in the chat, did Noah's faith make him soft?
Oh, nice.
Did Moses? I mean, you know what I mean?
Damn, Q-Dog.
I mean, it's, that's what makes you strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because none of us can do it on our own.
Amen.
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 So yeah. So
good
there
stuff.
you go.
So good stuff.
We're lobbying to get Derek Carr on the show.
I know, right? Yeah. He preaches all over the place.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Come preach on RFR,
and he's really good. And he's really good at it.
And he's really good. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So respect to Derek for that, for being open about that and what's gone on with that story. All right. So some local respect, Swaggo.
Yes.
So here on Raiders Fan Radio, we don't do props, we don't do shout-outs, nothing wrong with those things, but we like to give respect to those that we encounter and sometimes even the ones that we just see from afar. But we got two, or actually three, that, man, I got just mad respect for all these guys.
Yeah, we do.
First off, I want to give respect to Ron the Materator, our guy that monitors our chat in the chat room. He sent us a very what am I trying to say?
Heartfelt?
And just a very
appreciative,
generous, a very generous donation this week for the Bolitnikoff Foundation. Didn't buy anything, did nothing, just sent us some money and said, I want this to be for your cause, to Bolitnikoff.
Yes.
Ron, that was so
You're
nice.
the man, dude. Thank you.
Oh
thank you.
Very, very nice of you to do that. And he did it on behalf of all the made men, too, which was cool.
Yeah.
He wrote that in the letter. And so thank you, Ron, for that. That was very, very kind. And we appreciate you. Heck, we're the ones that should be giving you money for dealing with the chat room every week. You know what I mean? He does.
Yeah, for real.
He's always there, and Ron's the man. So thank you to him.
Yes.
Also want to give respect to Eddie and KC Raider Nation. So for those of you that don't know KC Raider Nation, they are one of the big clubs in Kansas City. They're behind enemy lines.
Yep.
And they're a big club, and they are awesome Raider fans. They've joined the guys on the fan club Blitz a couple of times, and they represent Raider Nation amazingly.
Yes.
Eddie reached out to me this week. This is giving me chills. Eddie reached out to me this week and said, hey, we do a monthly collection and when we get together to watch games and stuff.
Yeah.
And so the money that we collect, we always give to a charity. For the month of September, we want to give it to you guys to go in for the money for Bolitnikoff. And I'm like,
that's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I love that.
It's so
I love that.
Nice.
Yes, absolutely. It's amazing. That what we preached this entire time and what really just appeals to me about Raider Nation is that we're a family, dude.
Yes.
We're just a family, man. And I love that. And being the social media director, guys in KC and all around the country, send me pictures of your guys' hangouts.
Oh,
send me pictures.
Yes.
Send me pictures of the hangouts so we can post that on social media,
man.
and send us information about how we can become members and help you guys. What can we do for you guys? I mean, I'm wearing a Salt City silver and black. I wear it every day. I love this thing because #swag. You know, I mean, you know, you send us swag, we will rep it and all that stuff. But you know, I mean,
send the pictures. That's a great idea.
Send us pictures and send us and email us. I mean, how can we help you guys? You know, we're a family here. We want to, you know, if you guys have something that you're contributing to, let us know because we want to do that too.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely. Yes,
you help us, we want to help you.
Yes, we want to return the favor.
Yes.
Absolutely. So good stuff there, Swaggo.
Yes.
And I appreciate Eddie and KC Raider Nation, man. I can't thank you all enough for thinking of us in that in that way. So speaking of the fundraiser, we're about $1,500. Our goal was $2,000. We're about $1,500 now.
Skyrocket that, dude.
I think so.
The season hasn't started.
I know. I think we're going to do well, man. I mean, we'll see how far past we get it. You know, it's also very expensive to attend the dinner. You know, it's like $360 for a pair of tickets. So so again, it's all gonna, but all that money all goes into the thing and all goes to the charity. But but yeah. So anyway, but we're giving it all away, everything that we get from you. All right, last one I got for you in terms of respect is I want to give respect to a couple of guys that when they go to work every day, defend our freedoms in this country.
Salute to you guys.
Absolutely. And, you know, down in San Diego, they just had the Raiders Fan Fest this past weekend. And Chuck Splatterhead McCann, the host of the Fan Club Blitz and the president of the New Jersey chapter of the Black Hole, his son is in the Navy. Your brother also in the Navy.
My brother's in the Navy.
Yeah. And so his son is in the Navy and stationed in San Diego. So his son, Charlie, went to the Fan Fest. Well, Mojo, who's a Mojo Raider, a frequent caller to our show.
Our boy.
Right, is, I don't know what rank he is, but he is an officer in the Navy and is stationed and lives down in San Diego.
Yes.
So the two of them met up at the Raiders Fan Fest, and Splatterhead sent us his picture, so I want to share this with those guys.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so there's Mojo and Charlie, and hanging out at the Raider Fan Fest down in San Diego. Isn't that cool?
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
That was really cool. So, you know, absolute respect to you guys. Thank you for what you do for not only, I mean, the minor side of it is supporting the show. The major side of it is what you do when you go to work every day. We appreciate you and just cannot respect you enough for that.
Yes, thank you for everything you do for us.
All right, so whew, man, we're on a roll tonight, huh?
Yeah.
You know why? It's because I'm drinking all this dang coffee. So
oh my gosh, that's a sweet cup.
Thanks, man. It's my Kylo Ren. Ooh, we haven't even talked about Star Wars.
Oh,
okay. You know what? Mosh isn't here, so I can do it.
Yeah, you can because I love Star Wars.
You do love Star Wars.
I love Star Wars.
I love Star
and
Wars.
it's so funny to hear him talk about that just because he has no idea.
He doesn't know what's going on.
He has no idea.
I think,
and being a theater guy, that just surprises the crap out of me.
I know, right? Well, I think Evil Ray is a clone, and I think that Kylo is going to step in and somehow sacrifice himself to let good Ray survive, and then that will be his redemption, and then she will then be like the new leader of the Rise of Skywalker. She'll be the next thing. Like
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
We just lost half our audience.
Yeah, we did.
Except Kevin the Raider nerd.
Oh, yo, he's all in. Yeah,
he's all in on it. All right, so Swaggo. So last week, you know, we kind of had a sad segment.
Yeah, we did.
That's the in memoriam music.
Yes.
You know, last week we talked about the RFR curse.
Yeah.
Swag.
The curse is real.
The curse is freaking real.
The curse is real. And we even left out folks.
Yeah, so if you come on this show and you're a member of the Raiders, the odds are you won't be a Raider for long. And
that is true.
We talked about 3 guys that were on the show and have been released. And I forgot one. And somebody reminded me, hey, Murph.
Mojo saying it in the chat right now.
That we forgot EJ Manuel.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's actually been 4 guys that were former Raiders that have been on this show. Well, I said during the in memoriam last week, Jeff.
Yes.
All eyes on Keith Smith.
We were pulling for him.
Don't let him answer his phone.
We were pulling for him.
And what happened?
RFR is undefeated. It takes another victim. We will always be undefeated. We love you, Raider Nation, but Raiders, please don't call us. Because you won't be a Raider for long.
And you know what the best is? Is that I'm getting messages from people going, hey, can you invite Tom Cable on your show?
I know, right?
Yeah.
We need to have Patrick Mahomes on here.
Yeah. Oh, that's what there you go.
You know?
Patrick
Yes.
Mahomes. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. So in memoriam, EJ Manuel, sorry we forgot you.
Sorry, you forgot. You not only were
not only did we cut you, but we forgot you too.
Forgot you too.
We double dipped on you. But Keith Smith, we love you. Rest in peace.
All right, enough of that.
All right, boys and girls, pay attention. You got your old Uncle Mosh here with an update. That's right. I got some stuff for you. Take out a piece of paper, a pencil, a pen. Heck, use your pocket knife and carve the info into your dashboard as you're driving down the highway. First off, you need to like us on our fan page on Facebook. That's right. Go to Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. Don't forget about the Twitter. You know your old Uncle Mosh, he twits now. That's right. Go to at Raiders Fan Radio. Also, don't forget the Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about our website? That's right, RaidersFanRadio.com. Heck, if you want to, you can even email us, show at RaidersFanRadio.com, or call us on the Raiders Fan Radio hotline, 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. Don't forget Merv's Fan Cave on the YouTube, where you can get all the show links like the Fan Club Blitz with Splatterhead and Fitz. Find all our stuff on podcast providers like Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play. All right, did I hit the time limit? Good.
So, you know, it's funny. So in the chat is always so awesome.
Yes.
There's a bunch in there. Kevin the Raider Nerd, Joseph Morales, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Hardcore Raider, sorry, mouth of marbles, Hardcore Raider, Full Metal Mexican, Crossbones, Dave is in there, Running Bear is in there, Chris Potts is in there, of course Ron the Materator is in there, but Stacy Ruff had a great line. The last coach you interviewed left the country. That's absolutely
Really?
True.
Is that true?
Yeah, we interviewed Randy Hansen, and he moved to the Caribbean. Like, he moved out of it, like, so, I don't even know where.
That's what I'm saying,
Like
man.
RFR
island. Is undefeated.
Undefeated, man. All right, so, Swaggo,
Yes.
if you found $100 in the street, would you pick it up or would you keep walking?
Oh, I would pick it up.
Of course you'd take the money.
Well, yeah.
So why do you keep picking winners and you're not betting on them? You pick games every week, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's why I go to MyBookie. That's mybookie.ag. It's fast, it's easy, and they pay when you win. Let's face it, when you're betting, it's just as important as who you're betting on.
That is right.
All right. So listen, I started my MyBookie account this week, so I wouldn't tell you guys about this if I didn't think it wasn't cool.
Yeah.
I opened an account. I put in money. They double your money.
Perfect.
I bet on Auburn to beat Oregon.
Yep.
And won.
Yeah, you did.
And
Last second.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, and they covered either way because they were getting points.
Oh, okay.
So they covered either way.
Okay.
But yeah, but then they all won out flat out. And I also bet on the Raiders on Monday Night Football, of course.
Yeah, you did.
So do the smart thing. If you're going to bet on football this season, bet with MyBookie, mybookie.ag. You can also bet games after kickoff. Like,
nice.
There's a lot of prop bets. It's really cool.
I love that.
So if you're the kind of guy that likes to, or gal that likes to bet a little and win a lot, you can even try a parlay. If all your picks come through, you'll multiply your winnings. And no matter how you bet, the NFL season is the best time of year. Join now and MyBookie will double your first deposit, and it's absolutely true, all the way up to $1,000. But use this promo code when you do it, CAVE. Use promo code CAVE to activate the offer. That's promo code CAVE. So visit mybookie.ag today. You play, you win, you get paid.
Hey, this is Pete Koch, former Los Angeles Raider. Yeah, back in the old days, baby. And you're listening to Murph and Uncle Mosh, who happens to have the same hair as me. Check it out, Raiders Fan Radio.
All right, Jeff, there's a lot of news in Raider Nation this week, and we'll get to the I don't know, the more controversy. We'll get to that stuff in a little bit, but first I want to talk about some good news. One of our favorite players is Rodney Hudson, and he is unheralded, unfortunately. He is not only the best player at his position on our football team, other than maybe Antonio Brown. Out of all the players we've seen play actual games in silver and black,
yes,
he is by far the best player at his position on our football team. he's probably the best center in football.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe Kelsey. Like, it's a very, very short list.
It's a short list.
Okay?
It's a short list.
And now the man is getting paid like he is one. Tell us about it.
Well, yeah, the highest paid center in the NFL now. In NFL, is it NFL history or just in the NFL currently?
In the NFL, which has got to be both.
Which has got to be both, right? Yeah. 3-year, $33.75 million contract. He's making $8.9 million a year
Good
right
for
now.
him, man.
And he deserves it, man.
Yes.
He's a stud. He runs that offensive line. He protects Carr. I mean, every play starts with him. So you want to pay the guy that starts every play.
Absolutely. And, the relationship between quarterback and center is vastly important. And, that's one of the things that, there's a closeness on this team among certain players, and these are probably the two closest guys there is. And you can hear Derek Carr tell you for himself.
My goodness. Rodney Hudson is not only one of my best friends, not only one of the smartest people I've ever been around, football-wise, but he's probably the best player I've ever played with. I know it's hard to say for a center. When the top 100 comes out, he won't be a top 10 guy, but he should be, because what he has to deal with on a week-to-week basis, and then me changing his calls sometimes, I think, he has a lot to deal with sometimes, and I guess I'm just trying to give you the very best thing I could say about the guy. He's awesome. He's a Pro Bowler, should be every year, should be an All-Pro. He's the man.
It's great stuff, man. I love the the connection that those guys have. I had some audio from Rodney Hudson, but this is funny. One of the things that makes Rodney Hudson so awesome is that you talk about he really is like extremely humble and very like kind of soft spoken and like, you know what I mean. And I wanted to pull some audio. But he's one of those guys. He really doesn't say a lot. Like he just kind of like
he's a quiet lead, a lead by example guy.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes, 100%.
And the sound bites are just like he's thankful. You didn't hear anything about the negotiation. Nobody knew what was going on.
Nope.
But here all of a sudden he's the highest paid center.
And I think it was mid contract. I mean, I think they were just like, we need to lock this guy down long term. I think he still had maybe a year or two left on his current contract.
Okay.
And so we locked him down for a few more years. So this is going to be one of our offensive captains for a long time.
That's awesome, man.
Yep.
And that to me also, I think at least the noise of it is quieted down, but the idea of whether Derek Carr was going to be the answer for the Raiders long term, I think this is a very good indicator.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Or another indicator, I should say.
Yeah.
That's the case.
You want your quarterback to have relationships with the receivers, but he's got to have a good relationship with that center because, I mean,
you're putting your fingers under his butt. Every
game. They get off. Yeah, they get awful close every play. So you want to have a good relationship with the guy.
Yeah.
And Carr has nothing but respect for Hudson. So
absolutely.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, very good stuff. So we appreciate the Raiders and their work. Appreciate Mike Mayock, man, doing that. Walking the guy up, man.
Absolutely,
that's awesome.
So speaking of wide receivers for the
Raiders. All right, let's go. Wow.
Speaking of wide receivers for the Raiders. And
all right, you go, and I'm going to sit back because I'm going to save it up because
let me go. Let me go because this is my boy, man. Right. This is my boy.
Handle business because I'm going to take a run at freaking Twitter here in a minute.
Perfect, good. So I think in my last call that I said an episode or two ago, I'm like the biggest AB fan out there. I mean, I challenge anyone to love AB more than I do. Seriously. So
when are you getting the tattoo, Swag?
I think I need to get a business is booming tattoo somewhere.
Right across your lower back.
Yeah. A business is booming tramp stamp. I love it. Yeah. Just a business is booming 84. I mean, he's actually got an 84 logo that's in the shield the shield, and it's pretty dope.
Oh,
it's pretty dope. Yeah, it's pretty dope. So I digress. Okay. I digress.
Or you could get an A on one cheek and a B on the other.
Oh yeah. I love that. Or a business is booming on my butt, because it could be a double meaning. Okay. I digress.
Oh man, you're making my glasses.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. So this offseason, we've had two very stressful times. Footgate.
Just when Johnny says, get it above your black hole.
Right? Exactly.
Oh
exactly. I'm with you, Johnny. So
we let off talking about Jesus, and now we've devolved quickly.
I know,
That's what
right?
happens.
Yeah,
to us.
yeah. Seriously.
Right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Footgate is finally over. Helmetgate is finally over.
Finally over.
Yeah. He posted today. He has made a choice on his helmet. And it's the helmet that he wore in the last episode of Hard Knocks.
Oh, is that breaking news?
It is. It is. Yeah. Yeah. The Zenith Shadow is what he has chosen. So he likes the feel of it, likes his vision, all that stuff. So Helmetgate is officially 100% over, and now Finegate begins.
Bum, bum, bum.
Exactly. So today, so if you guys haven't been paying attention, and I got notifications from about every sports thing on my phone talking about this, but AB has kind of begun Finegate just a little bit, and
he kind of started this one, didn't he?
He did. He started it a little bit, and I think I know where you're going to go with a lot of this stuff with Twitter and stuff, because the same thing with Footgate, same thing with
I go one
Helmetgate.
way on this one. Yeah,
yes, 100%, and you and I think are on the same page with this. But let me just read you. So Antonio Brown on his Instagram story posts a letter from Mike Mayock talking about this.
Okay.
So dear Antonio, as you know, you did not participate in the Raiders walkthrough on August 22nd. Your absence from practice was unexcused. Accordingly, you are hereby fined $13,950 due to Article 42, Section 1A of the NFL Collective Bargaining Agreement and the Raiders Club discipline schedule. You were previously fined $40,000 for missing Raiders preseason training camp on August 18th. Please be advised that if you continue to miss mandatory team activities, including practices and games, the Raiders reserve the right to impose additional remedies available to the club's discipline schedule, the CBA, and your NFL player contract, including but not limited to additional fines and discipline for engaging in conduct detrimental to the club. Sincerely, Mike Mayock. And Antonio Brown posts this on his story and adds, when your own team wants to hate, but there's no stopping me now, devil is a lie. Everyone got to pay this year, so we clear. So,
okay. How do you take that?
So obviously he is frustrated that he has been fined. And I can understand both sides. I can understand him being frustrated. He's finally, I feel like, he finally is in a place where his feet are healed, his helmet is good to go, he's ready to go, and then he gets this, and so it's just kind of another little blip on the radar, a little hiccup that, he's frustrated. But I get Mayock's point too. Hey man, you missed practice, you gotta, there are consequences for that, and that's fine. I mean, nothing crazy, not a problem, just something that, and this has been happening since the Raiders have been a team. You miss practice, you got to pay a little bit. He is not the first guy to miss practice, and he is not the first guy to get fined. This is not an A-B thing. This is just a Raider thing that's been happening. And a lot of times, I think these fines kind of get, maybe waived every now and then or something like that.
Yeah, a lot of times.
Maybe just kind of a formality a little bit. But I mean, I think Charles Woodson tweeted out and said, "Man, I hated getting these letters too, but sometimes you just gotta deal with it." So I mean, one of the Raider goats was getting these as well, man. So it's, go ahead, get on your soapbox for a minute.
Well, you're okay. So first off, Charles Woodson, yes, he said, I probably deserve. I never liked it, but I probably deserved every one I ever got. Can't wait for the season to start. Whatever. Move on from it. Ron pointed out to me earlier today that, or it might have been yesterday, whenever it was that. No, it had to have been today. That Amy Trask chimed in on it and said, "Look, a lot of times, as Swag just mentioned, the teams don't even seek payment on this stuff. This is just a formality that they go through." All right, so let me ask you this, Raider Nation, and I'll use Jeff as Raider Nation. Jeff, what happens when you drive too fast?
You get a ticket.
Who gives you the ticket?
A police officer.
Why is he giving you a ticket?
Because you broke the law.
And what's his job?
To enforce the law.
All right, and what do you get because of a result of that ticket?
A fine.
A fine. All right, is it a problem?
No, the police officer doesn't hate you.
No. Do you like getting fined?
Absolutely not.
All right. Antonio Brown doesn't like to get fined any more than anybody else wants to get fined.
Absolutely.
If you think that it's new that he goes to social media as a tool to express himself, where the heck have you been the last 10 years? That's what this guy does.
That's what the world does now, man. Yes, he is one of the superstars of the NFL, a guy that, his voice is heard a lot more than if you or I tweet something out, but, that's how the world is right now. People got a problem with something, they're going to social media about it.
Media. And look, the guy is a diva wide receiver.
Sure.
This is what you get when you haven't but like I've said numerous times, it's the crazy hot scale, right? Is he so crazy that it's not worth what he's going to produce on the field? Well, we don't know that yet. So you don't know if it's a problem or not yet, Raider Nation. And this is what drives me nuts, and this is where I'm going with this. Jeff, you and I were talking about Dave Chappelle's new comedy special that just got released.
Yes.
What did you think about it?
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. I think it's hilarious.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I'm going somewhere with this, Raider Nation. Follow me. And this isn't math. Okay? We think it's hilarious. It's Dave is in top form.
Yes, 100%.
And I'm a sucker for this stuff. I love Carlin and Pryor and Eddie Murphy and Steve Martin.
He's on a Mount
George
Rushmore.
Lopez.
Yes.
He's
hysterical.
He's hysterical.
Brilliant.
Yes. So Dave Chappelle releases this new special, and when you look at the approval rating, the tomato meter, right?
Yep.
On the audience score, you know what it is? You want to take a wild guess of what it is?
75, 80?
99%.
Really?
99% of the people that have watched that special like it.
Okay.
I would argue love it because it's very, very good.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then there's the critic score.
Okay.
You know what the critic score is on Dave Chappelle's new special?
What's that?
17%. Now, who represents the critics in this case? Reporters, right?
Yep.
Journalists.
Okay.
People with a pen, an iPhone, and an opinion. Okay?
Yep. Uh-huh.
They're driving a narrative that this is not very good. 99% of the people that laid their eyes on it think it's great. And the 17% of these people that's their job to tell you whether something is good or not are telling you that it's terrible. My point is this. This stuff that comes up on social media, when you look at the people that are saying it's a problem, every single one of them is a media member.
Sure.
Every single one of them is a goddamn reporter or whatever. And only a few of them are willing to step out. Guys like Jerry McDonald, and thank God for him because he's been awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Only a few of them are willing to be like, you know what, this is not that big of a deal. Let's just move on from it.
No, because you know what?
But you know who makes it a big deal? People like stupid Florio, people like Colin Cowherd, people like Mike Silver. People
Absolutely.
They're the ones that are making it a big deal. And then what happens is this, and then here's another thing, and I'm done after this too, by the way.
Okay.
After this today, we stopped talking about the Raiders going to Vegas. In a light, we stopped talking about Derek Carr, whether he's going to be the quarterback of the future or not. We stopped talking about Khalil Mack. There are a handful of things that we go all in on, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
And after this, I'm done with this Antonio Brown stuff.
You've been talking about Antonio Brown for a long time.
I'm over
and
it, man.
It's time to
be
stop.
done, man.
It's time to stop. Monday Night Football is less than a week away. Let's get to it.
Amen.
Let's just get to it. Because you know what? And I'll just quick rant right here. So
hurry, because I'm in the middle of mine.
Oh, okay. Finish. No,
okay.
Finish.
All right. So here's the other thing. So when you look at oh man, I lost my train of thought. Damn it, Jeff. Okay. So when you look at darn it. Okay, so when you look at where was I at? I went to the media. There was something. Oh, okay. So Clay Travis, credit Clay Travis. You know Clay.
I know Clay.
Guy right here and started in. Oh, that's my phone.
Uh-oh.
Where's the dang thing at?
I
don't know. Sorry about that. Where's it at? Oh, is it? Yeah, just hit the button there.
It's Uncle Mosh calling.
Is it really? Well, hang it up. Yeah, hang it up. Or put him on speakerphone.
No,
anyway,
ain't got time for him right now.
All right.
We're in the middle of AB, damn it.
I know. Okay. So credit Clay Travis for this. he talks a lot about this dynamic, this difference in opinion and what social media tells you you're supposed to think and what's actually really going on in the world, and about how our reality as people interacting with each other in real life is not what's represented accurately by social media. He says 20%, and this is the truth, 20% of the population is on Twitter, okay? 20% of the Twitter population tweets. So you're a math guy, quick math. What is that, like 2%?
Oh, yeah.
People that are actually active on tweeting and social media. So when you see these things become stories, you're talking about 20% of 20% talking about it. Is that an accurate, hand me that so I can turn it off. Is that an accurate reflection of what people actually think? My mom loves football. She watches every single game all day long on Sunday. You think she knows anything about what Antonio Brown's tweeting? You think she knows anything about Antonio Brown getting fined? Like, most people, most fans aren't even aware of this stuff.
Right.
We're aware of it because we're all knee deep in the middle of it.
Exactly.
Okay? But my point is this. Don't let other people tell you things are problems.
Yes.
You look at it, Raider Nation.
Yeah.
You read it. You decide for yourself.
Make your own opinion.
I'm just over hearing people tell me, whether it's Antonio Brown or Derek Carr or anybody else, oh, that's such a problem. Why? We hadn't even played a game yet. This guy hasn't even taken a snap one in the regular season yet. When we're 2-4 and he's pouting on the sideline and not interacting with fans and cursing at coaches, that's a problem. Then talk to me. But until that happens, shut up. Who cares? Who cares about this stuff, Raider Nation? You get yourself all worked up and then you get me worked up about it, and it's bananas. None of this stuff matters. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Stop it. We gotta quit this. Look, we have a text group with the Made Men, and I love the stuff you guys send me, and I don't ever gonna tell you to not send me that stuff. But for all you people on Twitter that want to at me and be like, hey Murph, look it, you think it's a problem now? No, my answer is no. That when we start losing games, then my answer might be yes, and we can talk about it further. But otherwise, save your freaking tweets. Don't waste my time. Don't waste yours, because I'm not going to debate you. You want to talk about it?
Will you stifle?
Oh, thank you. If you want to talk about it, come on the show. We got it. We are even. Show at RaidersFanRadio.com.
Will you stifle?
No, not yet. 909-345-3346. You can call us. You can email us.
Yes.
If you want to really have a heated debate about it, I'll record it and we'll put an RFR conversation out there. But don't send me these stupid messages asking me about freaking Antonio Brown. Get over yourselves. Everybody needs to get over it. And I'm done. Jeff, talk me off the cliff.
You jumped off, bro. You ain't on the cliff anymore. Okay. Yes, it's over. It's not a big deal. Look, this Instagram story that Antonio Brown posted where he sounded upset, where people could twist whatever word, because it wasn't perfect grammar, but whatever it was, it could be twisted into 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 different things. But you know what? What he said about this is conversations like you or I had if we had gotten a ticket or a fine for something. Man, this sucks, man. But hey, you know what? We're going to pay it and we're going to move forward. So
yeah,
this is not a big deal. This is not a big deal. Stop it. Just stop it. And just, he's in silver and black, and he is going to score a lot of touchdowns for us. And he's got a new awesome helmet, and he's got a pair of awesome new feet. And, this conversation with Raider Nation is going to stop on Monday.
Yes.
It's going to stop on Monday because Derek Carr is going to hit him on a freaking fly route for 70 yards, and everyone's going to be like, whoa, okay, he's the real deal. Okay, we'll stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Because, this guy's going to this guy's goal by the end of his career is to catch Jerry Rice. He's not going to let something silly like this get in the way of his reputation. We go back to the helmet thing. We go back to the foot thing. Go back to him threatening to retire or whatever. Someone took whatever he said in a conversation in February or March about that and said, "Oh, he's going to retire if he doesn't get to wear his same helmet, or if he doesn't."
What a goofy notion, man!
I know.
There's no logic in this stuff. That's the stuff that drives me nuts. Like,
exactly.
What do you think it's really going to happen? Like,
Exactly.
You really think
Exactly. You think he's going to turn down $30 million? You think he's going to leave his reputation to, as the kid who took his ball and went home because he couldn't wear what he wanted to wear?
That's his legacy?
Absolutely not. He posted this summer several times stat lines between him and freaking Jerry Rice, and that's what he wants. He wants to be the greatest receiver of all time. And he's going to set these records with the freaking Oakland Raiders. So and the Vegas Raiders. And so, you know what? Let's just chill out. We're all a family here. We all love each other. And let's just let the guy rack up yardages and touchdowns and all that stuff, and we reap the fruits of it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Good job.
We're done talking negative. This is all positive. He's going to pay his fines, or he's not going to pay his fines, and he's going to give Mayock a hug and Gruden a hug, and he's going to catch Okay, that's it. We're done. We're done, okay?
The end.
Will you stifle yourself?
Okay?
Yes, I will.
Now
I was in the middle. I even said just hang up when Uncle Mosh called. He's going to kill me for that. Let's call him.
We're going to call Mosh?
Yeah, call Mosh. Plug in that bottom part, and it'll be on the air.
On what?
Here.
What? With this?
Yeah, unplug the iPad there, and then plug that in. We'll get Mosh in the air. Uncle Mosh, we're coming for you. Mosh, you there?
Hey!
Hey, you're live on Raiders Fan Radio. Uncle Mosh.
What's up, Mosh?
Man, I'm driving home. I watched, because you know how tech savvy I am, right? So I get in the car, right? And I got a notice on the phone that it says Raiders Fan Radio Live. I hit the button.
I didn't remind him to hit the button.
I got about 7 seconds. All I got was you talking about somebody's butthole.
He was talking. It was a black hole, Mosh.
We weren't talking about yours, so don't worry.
Yeah. You're safe.
And then it went dead. I got in the dead zone, so I thought, well,
you went to the black hole.
Yeah.
Exactly. I figured out what the hell. I ain't missing much.
No. Just me screaming about Antonio Brown and the way that the media represents his stories.
Oh my gosh! Wait. So we had helmet gate and foot gate. What do we got now? Fine gate.
That's exactly what we called it.
Oh my God!
That's it.
That's exactly. And you missed Murph get on his soapbox. He
oh my gosh! I'm sweating.
I had to tell him to stifle himself 2 or 3 times.
Nice. Well, talk him off the ledge.
I know, right? He jumped off, man.
No,
he jumped off. I had to throw a rope down and get him.
Yeah, I went all in. Well, we miss you. The chat says hi, and we miss having you in the fan cave. But we'll look forward to getting you back. Get back in here next week, Mosh.
Yeah. I'll as soon as I get into the get out of the black hole, I'll try to tune in. Give my best to everybody. I miss you guys, man. Sometimes you got to work the job,
Yep,
exactly.
Sometimes real life takes precedent. We get it. Absolutely.
So right before you get off the phone, just know that Mojo says, "How is he even driving? He's talking on the phone in one hand and eating donuts in the other. You must be a superhuman."
Well, actually, he's pretty close because I got the hands free going, and I got a cheeseburger in one hand, a milkshake in the other.
Oh.
I'm driving with my knees.
Yeah, you
nice.
Yeah. And they better hope I don't see somebody I don't like because I can moon while doing all that.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
I learned at the ripe age of 14 how to drive and moon at the same time from my Uncle Mosh.
Well, yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, Uncle Mosh, here live. And,
love you, Mosh.
And everybody says hi, and we will talk to you soon. Get home safe.
All right, you all be good. See you, bye.
All right, we'll see you. Bye-bye. All right, so jumping back into the Antonio Brown story, Jeff. Oh, you got to plug that in. There you go. Yeah. Oh, hey, hit the button. Oh, gosh. Hey,
and we're back.
And we're back. Hit the button, jiggle the wires, and turn the knobs.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. Hey, easy.
Hey, now.
Easy with that.
So let's talk about a positive side of Antonio Brown.
Yes, let's
talk
do that.
about him visiting the Oakland Coliseum, Jeff.
Yes.
Do you want me to go, or you want?
Well, I thought you were going to play an audio.
We just jump right into it then.
Do it.
Wow. First time at work. What's up? Yeah, we need to win one of those, baby. That's a championship. This is nice, man. Good energy. Yeah, that should be nice.
So he's walking on the field, for those of you who hadn't seen this video. It's him touring the grass.
Yeah, let me see the black hole. That's where I need to be at. I need to be in the black hole like at least twice a week.
Yeah, you do.
God bless me out here. Bless my team. Bless everybody out here competing, supporting. God be with us. Yeah, let's go. Well, we got an early head start to it, man. Here visualizing. You know, we're gonna be here as with my team, and Monday night we here at the right time, early in the week, so get a chance to just get some visuals and really get everyone excited. The 2019 Raiders. I just want to get my mind, mentality shape of the environment I'm gonna be in, get a feel for the grass, just come accustomed with the environment. You know, this is like the home now, so just taking it all in and being able to be here and get the right inspiration, motivation before we start everything off. It's amazing, bro. Monday night, we're gonna be here, ready to go. I look forward to making you guys excited all year. Raider Nation, here we go. Let's go. Let's get it.
Good stuff there from AB, and it was pretty cool, man. I like it. He talks about visualizing, and and he went over and he jumped up on the fence there and or the little wall there, partition thing in the black hole, and he even got in his uniform and was like looking around at like where the crowd's gonna be, and it's kind of cool, man. Seeing him kind of go through that process because you're right, it's all brand new to him come Monday, so it's cool that he's kind of prepped himself or primed himself for this.
And I even just loved how it started. He walked in and just was like, wow. Like, I mean, so much history there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just, he felt it finally. He felt it, and hey, where's the black hole at? Because once I catch these bombs from DC, I'm gonna be running over here and pumping these guys up and stuff over here, and all that. And I'll tell you, if anyone has any question whether AB is all in, just watch this video, man.
Exactly.
Just listen to him talk, man.
Yes.
He knows the legacy. He knows what this is. And he's all, it's what he said. Raider Nation, I'm all in. Let's go, man. Let's do this thing.
Absolutely. Nothing to worry about, man.
He's ready to go, man.
I agree. All right, brother. Hit the button. Let's talk about Hard Knocks.
This is Kevin, the Raider Nerd, live at the Oakland Raiders tailgate. Raiders! We got Gorilla. Say, got Uncle Mosh and Murph.
I love you guys. Much love from the black hole, baby. Just win.
The chat is on fire tonight,
man.
My
They're gosh.
Cracking us up. I don't know if you can my glasses have pretty much stayed fogged up besides my tirade, but I was crying.
And they were still a little foggy because your face turned red.
Oh my gosh, man.
Y'all
are cracking me up. So Crossbones is in there, Ron, Mojo, Eye Patch, Dave is in there, Franklin83, the Big Easy, Running Bear is in there, Mojo Raider is in there, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Joseph Morales, Kevin the Raider Nerd, Ugly Raider, Chevy Raider, whole bunch of you in there. Thank you so much for joining us and supporting
Mojo said he wouldn't be saying wow if he had to use one of the pee troughs in the Coliseum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, those are old school for sure still.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Man, I saw a guy one time at a Jets game. He was already all the way up against the wall because there's no privacy in there. You know what I mean? And he's like kind of like tucked up against the side of the wall there and like trying to and Raiders fans were just killing this guy in the bathroom, man. And I just thought, I'm like, this guy's never going to be able to pee. You know what I mean? Because he was already a little like weirded out by the troughs, let alone there's, 200 Raider fans booing him and calling him a lot of, names we won't say on this show. And, and there's 3 feet of weed smoke of a haze on the top of the bathroom. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Oakland Coliseum bathrooms are an intimidating place. You know what I mean? It can be.
As an opposing fan,
As an opposing fan. Yeah, absolutely. No, not for us. We're good. All right. So, episode number 5 of Hard Knocks. The season closed out. The show started off to me with a lot of momentum, a lot of bang, a lot of, the history of the team and the kind of the building the character of the organization and defining what it is to be a Raider and defining the nature of the family and all those wonderful things that is Raider Nation. And, it kind of, I think it kind of, it had its ups and downs, and it just
kind of leveled out.
It just kind of leveled out. And then this last one, it didn't end with a dud. It wasn't like a thud, I should say, but it didn't, there was not a big, like a memorable, there's a lot of memorable moments in the first couple episodes,
yes.
and some even in the third. Now here in the fifth, it was just kind of like, well, okay. Here, the Raiders.com and Raiders social media has done some fun stuff where they've featured a lot of the audio in between players and even some coaches that didn't make the show. And so we've been playing Coach Gruden or Coach Buck at the top of our Hard Knock segment. But I'm going to turn this one over to the players, and something that I thought was pretty funny, an exchange between Foster Moreau and Derek Carr that didn't make the show. And I'm a big gamer. You're a big gamer.
Yeah.
We love our video games. Of course, mostly we just play Madden, but and other sports games and whatnot. But my kids at once upon a time were into Minecraft.
Okay.
And yeah, you know what I mean? They were all about that, and it's like playing with virtual blocks, right? And so Derek and Foster Moreau are cutting it up about Minecraft.
Nice.
Virtual Legos, correct? You're building in
Correct.
this world.
Yeah.
With no end goal.
Mm-hmm. I've been playing 2K.
I respect that, but what I'm saying is, what goes through your mind that says,
let's play Minecraft?
I want to go play Minecraft instead of the virtual world.
I mean, you want to talk about something else?
The problem is you don't do it with somebody else and play hide and go seek.
My little sister does it.
What goes through your mind that says, yeah, that's what I want to do?
Well, I'm bored.
It's what is the difference between you playing that and a little 2-year-old playing blocks?
Nothing.
But what I don't understand is that you go into a virtual world.
I don't know how you don't understand it. You've said it. You've said it enough times, certainly.
There's no competition.
That's the best part about it. It's like life, Derek. There's no end goal, Derek. You're searching.
What are you talking
You're searching
about?
for happiness. You're searching for happiness,
What do you
Derek.
search for happiness in?
Well, right now, Minecraft.
Pretty funny, man. I like the dynamic between those two guys. They've featured some of the conversations between those two because Moreau is the catcher, right? For Carr.
So they were talking about what, the oily arms.
Yeah, he was the one that was giving him a hard time about his oily arms. Yeah. So that was good stuff there from those two guys. So give me some standout moments for you for this episode number 5 because it still was good. I'm not crapping on it. It's still the Raiders. It's still Hard Knocks. It's still good.
And I think typically in the last episode of Hard Knocks and a lot of these seasons is it's the elephant in the room that players got to get cut. And this is the episode that they typically do it. The last one to kind of wrap everything up and say, hey, this is the team. And, unfortunately, we didn't, but, and speaking of which, cuts and not cuts, Mad Max, man.
Max.
Yeah, Max.
Yeah.
So what did Gruden call him? Clubber Lang?
Clubber Lang, yeah, because he got the big club on his hand.
Yeah. I dug that. I dig him, man. He's gonna be awesome, and he's got a good Raider mentality of team first and all that stuff. I dig that, but I think really the thing that stood out to me that I was kind of waiting for and kind of expecting and kind of almost cringing a little bit to see how it was going to go was they didn't show the cuts.
Which is kind of weird because that's usually a thing.
Yeah, well, and I wonder if maybe enough of these players and enough of these, NFL alumni people, I think Michael Irvin talked about it and several other, big guys where they said, hey, man, leave that part sacred. Leave that part between the coach and the player, that doesn't need to be broadcasted. And maybe they finally heard that, maybe they said, hey, maybe they've got a point. So, so I was waiting for them to be in the room with Keelan Doss or Luke Wilson or any of these guys. I was waiting to see, and we didn't see that. So,
yeah. And I think also too, to further your point is that there was also, Mike Mayock really hasn't featured at all on the show. Neither is Josh Jacobs, and there's been there's been a lot of.
Josh Jacobs posted a picture, I think today on Instagram, and his hood was flipped over, and he goes, "Y'all think I was playing when I said I was hiding from the camera?"
Yeah,
I mean he hit his face.
And more power to him, man. If that's not his thing, and I don't think it was Mayock's either. I don't think Mayock was thrilled at the idea, and I don't think he was thrilled at the idea of them showing the cut. So I think that you're right.
He's been on the other side of the camera. He's heard
Tell
a lot.
Tell us about it. Tell us about his quotes.
Well, okay. So he said I was cut and re-signed, and you have no idea how I empathize with these kids. Every cut's brutal, Mayock said Saturday evening in a conference call. I had tears in my eyes with several of these kids. Every one of them handled it with class and distinction. My style is very direct. I told every one of them that what I thought of them as a football player and what I thought they needed to improve on. It was all very direct conversations, some longer than others. But he understands how hard this is as a player because not only he said he was cutting. But he's probably talked to several of these NFL greats that have been on this show that said, hey, I didn't like that, being cut and stuff like that. It's not an easy thing to do, and it's not an easy pill to swallow. And so, so that may have been him saying, hey guys, we're not going to have you in this in this meeting
Which
room,
is surprised, and I'm surprised, frankly, HBO signed off on it because it's good TV, and I'm not going to lie.
Sure.
I've watched every episode of every season of Hard Knocks, and
sure,
rooting for certain guys becomes a thing, and a lot of that stuff, and we'll get to it, especially in relation to Keelan Doss, about a lot of those storylines. I'm not going to say they're manufactured, but they're edited in a way to really make you become endeared to certain players.
Yes.
And then when you see them get cut, it bums you out. You feel for them. You feel for these young men, And so I'm surprised HBO signed off on that idea that, look, we're not going to show this stuff. So, so one of the big stories or non-story in terms of players that got cut, they talked about it, but they didn't show it, obviously, was Keelan Doss getting cut.
Yes.
And Raider fans lost their mind, or a lot of them anyways, lost their mind. You guys could probably predict where I'm going to come out on this thing. I'm going to always side with the team. I don't typically side with players on things.
Sure.
But I will say this, that I think HBO did Keelan Doss a lot of favors.
Absolutely.
I think that when he turned down the idea to be on the Raiders practice squad, it's because he recognizes that there are two guys that are absolute locks at 1 and 2, wide receiver 1 and 2, and that's Tyrell Williams and Antonio Brown. They're not going anywhere.
Right.
They've invested a pick in Hunter Renfrow, and they've signed J.J. Nelson. There's 4 guys right there that are going to eat up all of the playing time. Where does Keelan Doss fit into that? Especially trying to fight for a spot up off the practice squad.
Yeah.
Then he gets the offer from Jacksonville, right? Jacksonville's pretty thin at wide receiver. He knows that he's going to have a chance to work his way up quicker, but they signed him to their practice squad. So
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, that's what I read, unless somebody tells me something different. Now, the chat's smarter than I am, so maybe the chat will tell me something different. But the way I understand it, he signed with their practice squad. So it's not like we're not talking about a guy that is dazzled 32 NFL teams and is a lock at like a starting wideout somewhere. I love the story. I love that he's an Alameda kid. I love all of that.
Yes. Yeah. One of the last quotes he said on the show was, "Once a Raider, always a Raider," which, you can say whether you agree with that or not, being a guy in preseason and stuff like that. But he's a hometown kid, man. So, he grew up cheering for the Raiders.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of resonates with him a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And so in terms of fan reaction, so again, a lot of Raider fans lost their mind, and I don't blame him. I like the guy too. I was
I love
openly rooting for him on this show,
Absolutely.
but I wanted to see him be part of the team, but he's not. So here's what you got to remember, okay? And again, this is Murph looking into things and then making up my own mind. This is not, nobody told me this, and I want you all to make up your own mind as well. But this is something that I want you to consider, because this is the stuff that when you see people freaking out on Twitter, no one brings this stuff up. Well, we're the guys that are going to bring it to you.
Right.
Okay? So, John Gruden. Question, Coach. A major storyline in training camp was Keelan Doss. Was it just a numbers thing? And this is what Gruden said. That was your storyline, not mine. Just so we're on the same page, he did a heck of a job. We tried to keep him on the practice squad. He felt he had a better opportunity to make the team in Jacksonville, so we hate to see him go. We're happy for his future, and also we weren't eager to get rid of Aitman. Aitman started several games for us, but Rico Gafford has made big plays. He's only played wideout for 1 year, so he's in a tough spot. He's a big story on the TV show, but that's not the reality we saw on tape. Okay, that's what happened.
Yep.
Okay? They're looking at the player way different than you or anybody. Like, there's no media member that's going to, okay? So there's a lot of YouTube shows out there, right? A lot of YouTube fan shows and whatever,
Yeah, sure.
whatever loosely affiliated professional shows. So there's one out there, and I'm not going to name him, not that he needs our support or anybody else's, but he's doing fine on his own. But I just don't really care for him, frankly.
Sure.
So he tweeted at Jerry McDonald, and because Jerry, who I've always been a fan of Jerry's, but I'm really becoming a fan of Jerry's.
Yeah, he's great.
You want to get some good Raider news? Trust Jerry. So Jerry says, in talking about the quarterbacks, because there was also a lot that was made about the Raiders having 4 quarterbacks, and that was silly to me too. That a lot of people were like, I can't believe they're going to carry 4 quarterbacks. No, they're not. No, clearly, and that lasted for like a day, and then Peterman went to IR. Anyway, so Jerry says the whole 2 or 3 quarterbacks conundrum cracks me up. If you keep 3, you're talking about losing 1 player at the end of the roster. If that's your difference between winning and losing, you're not a very good team. That's
Amen.
true. Amen,
Yep.
Jerry. Right on.
Yep.
Well, this other guy, this amplified fan host,
Right.
tweeted him back and was questioning Jerry's opinion, which I thought was a mistake because Jerry was spot on. Jerry said this, look, he didn't say, look, I added that. Only 2 people determine who deserves to make it. And they didn't think so. Everyone else is guessing from a distance.
Yep.
What have I been telling you for all this stuff? And I'm not going to get myself all wound up again, but I'm going to tell you, listen to this, guys. This is Jerry McDonald, the guy that's covered this football team for years and years. He is so tied in to the league and to the heartbeat of this football team. And he's telling you only 2 people decide who's going to make the football team. And they didn't think these guys were good enough. Everyone else is guessing from a distance.
What's the word? Speculation.
Yes.
Speculation.
Guessing. They're all guessing.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if they're a media member or somebody on a YouTube show or me or you in the chat room.
Yes.
Or everybody is guessing.
Yeah.
The only 2 guys that aren't guessing are John Gruden and Mike Mayock because they're watching endless hours of these guys on film and on the practice field.
Yep.
So when they cut somebody, look, you got to trust them.
Yeah.
You got to trust them that they're doing the right thing, man. That's
So let me add just a little bit to that. So you know, watching this show, I was a Keelan fan. You know, I mean, I think all of us were. You know, we all love the kid. You know, I mean, watching him make cool plays and toe tapping on the sidelines and stuff in Winnipeg and all that stuff. I mean, I dig it, man. And you know, and I kind of, you know, I mean, I didn't lose my mind, but I was like, oh man, you know, out of all the cuts, he was the guy I was like, man, you know, that really is a bummer.
Yeah.
But you know, but putting it in perspective, like you just put it, we've got AB, we've got Ty Williams, we've got Nelson, and we've got Renfro. We've got these 4 guys, and then you got 1 spot left. You know, so if you're able to cut a guy that has the talent like a Keelan Doss, you're in a pretty freaking good situation. If your depth is that freaking deep, I mean, you're in pretty good shape, you know. I mean, and I think someone back there said in the chat that, you know, I mean, they look for a dud team for a show like Hard Knocks, you know, the guys that are, you know, super rebuilding and not super good, and they found a team that's actually really good.
That's a great point.
So, you know,
that's a great point.
Yeah. So, you know, so I mean, if
at a minimum, we have depth at certain positions, and wide receiver happens to be one of them.
Wide receiver happened to be a big one, and so, you know, and tight end was another one. You know, we're filled with talent at those 2 positions, and so, you know, so if you cut a guy that you kind of like or are rooting for or think has good talent, you're right. We did cut someone that had great talent, but that's a great problem for the Raiders to have.
Absolutely.
When we have a bullpen full of studs, I mean, that's a good situation to be in, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Good stuff, Swaggo. And all right, so before we get off the Hard Knocks, a couple things I thought were fun. I love that Cleveland Farrell or Ferrell. It's, you have that on there? Play it.
F to the E to the R to the R to the E to the L to the L.
It ain't furl.
So little baby Cleveland, he's always rocking A's gear, man.
I'm
a big A's fan, of course. I'm a big Oakland sports guy.
Yeah,
but
he's repping the town big time, man.
That's really cool. So I appreciate him for wearing an A's hat. That's really cool.
Absolutely.
I thought the Danny Woodhead stuff was pretty funny. When he was
what school? What school?
Was it Shadrod State or something like that? Like that was pretty cool. And then since AB's your guy, man, give us some thoughts on that.
Well, I just thought it was so funny. So so we're talking about Helmet Gate being over. Well, the last episode of Hard Knocks, we saw that helmet. We saw that helmet with the cool. I love it. I think it's a really cool looking helmet. I mean, it's got the aerodynamics. It's got the cool thing coming down right here in the front. But the team was making fun of him, saying it looked like a Power Ranger. And I thought that was so funny.
That was very funny.
I thought that was so funny.
That was one of the funnier moments of the episode. And it kind of reminds me of those like those bicycle downhill racers.
Yes.
They have those helmets. You know what I'm talking about? It kind of reminds me of that too, with that little wing thing on the back.
I think he's going to run faster.
Oh,
he's got that aerodynamics, man. He's going to buzz down the field, man.
He will.
Yeah.
You think that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Anything else there before we move on?
No. We need to hurry up.
We're running out of time. My life is running out of lifespan.
All right. Let's hit the Sea of Fans mailbag.
There he is, baiting, looking. He's under the gun. He's tied. He throws. It is.
All right, if you want to join us here in the discussion for Raiders Fan Radio, you can do that best one of two ways. You can email the show at RaidersFanRadio.com, or you can call us, 909-345-3346. Leave us a message, and if we play your message 3 times on the air, we refer to you as a made man or a made woman. So definitely give us a call and participate. It is absolutely the highlight of this show every week is to hear from all of you. So real quick, last week, listener Greg in Tennessee had the idea of putting together a RFR fantasy league.
Yes.
And I was kind of reluctant to play in it just because I get so much going on. But, a lot of the made guys are in it. Swag's in it. Kevin the Raider Nerd's in it. And Mojo's in it. Capo's in it. Like, there's a bunch of guys in there.
Yeah.
And so I thought, okay, I'll play. Well, I'm glad I did. So we had our draft, and Jeff, you got Antonio Brown.
I did. He was my number one pick.
You got Antonio Brown. And who got the rest of the Raiders?
That was you. That was you.
Now who's a fan?
So Murph is questioning our fandom the entire draft.
Yeah.
I have all the Raiders. What's everyone doing?
Yep.
What's everyone doing?
Yep.
So I've been playing fantasy football with Murph for several years.
Yeah.
And he always gets all the Raiders.
Only draft Raiders.
So so this season is no different. So we started this RFR league, and I think we have like 15 players on the team. And Murph has 12 Raiders on his team. His backup quarterback is the for real backup, Mike Glennon.
Yeah.
And the only reason he doesn't have 15 Raiders is because there wasn't enough Raiders on fantasy football that could. He has every receiver except AB. He's got Carr and Glennon, and so that was it.
So I did have to draft. I had to backfill with a few Titans because you can't get all. You know what I mean? So I got the Titans defense, and I got Corey Davis and Marcus Mariota. All the rest of them are here. We go. I'm holding up to the YouTube screen. I don't know if you guys can see it. Derek Carr, Ty Williams, J.J. Nelson, Josh Jacobs, Jalen Richard, Darren Waller, DeAndre Washington, Ryan Grant, Foster Moreau, Mike Glennon, Derek Carrier. That's right. I got all the Raiders on the fantasy team. Thank you very much.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you. And you know what the best part about that is that whoever you are, when you play me, you will root for me.
Well, yeah.
Because you'll want my team to win. Because if I win in fantasy football, the Raiders have won in real life.
Absolutely. Well, and I think you're playing Mojo on the Raiders bye week. So
I think
that will be a Mojo victory that week for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. That's fun stuff. All right, so thanks, Greg, for that suggestion, man. We're gonna have fun with it.
So much fun,
and we'll talk about that. All right, Swaggo.
Yes.
Let's hit some emails.
Yeah. We've got several. We've got a bunch tonight. So let's start it off. Murph and Uncle Mosh. I enjoy your podcast / YouTube channel. I'd like to say I'm a lifelong Raider fan, but alas, I'm 5 years older than them. I suppose I wandered aimlessly the first 5 years of my life. The reason I'm contacting you guys is to let you know I was checking out Las Vegas on Apple Maps and noticed there was a big unmarked vacant lot across from the Strip. I submitted a problem report and today was notified that the map had been updated. It now says Allegiant Stadium.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm including a picture of Uncle Murph's favorite Raider. Raider Nation Forever, Frank from NorCal.
Nice, Frank.
Yeah,
Appreciate that. That's good stuff,
it.
man. So he included a picture of Otis Sistrunk. That's actually, it's the famous one of Sistrunk from behind. That's Uncle Mosh's favorite player.
Yeah, it is.
And he's wearing a white jersey and says Sistrunk, and you can see the number 60 in his bald head, and it's steaming. And so that's actually Uncle Mosh's wallpaper or his lock screen or whatever on his computer over here is that Otis Sistrunk picture. So so thank you and good job, man, notifying Google and getting it updated.
Yeah.
Man. Good
stuff. So that spot is that a new space?
Well, it's where the stadium's being built.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like they just
okay.
didn't have the newest construction. You know what I mean?
Okay, I got you.
Because sometimes they'll like lag behind like a year or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
All right, well, who's next?
Next, okay, so we have It Tis I, Lino, the Full Metal Mexican.
Hey.
Giving respect first and foremost to Murph, Little Murph, Uncle Mosh, Sonny, Swag Jeff, Capo, Q Dog, Emiliano, the Big Raider Trucker, our Sergeant at Arms, all the made men and women. I placed a phone call, however, I messed up the sound clip. Whamp, whamp. Hearing that we are on episode 140, I do not mean to steal anyone's thunder. However, I did a little homework and found a significance for 140. So you can call me out, Full Metal Mexican.
All right.
You can say that you're challenging me. That's okay.
Yeah.
He said, firstly, at the Oakland Coliseum, section 140 is located right behind the opposing team's sideline and offers a great view of the field.
Nice.
Secondly, in 2018, we drafted Mo Hurst Jr. overall 140 in the 5th round. Let's also not forget that in episode 140 of Raiders Fan Radio, the Full Metal Mexican failed at his phone call, so he had to throw an email to patch things up. I like it. So before I end this email, I want to remind everyone that yes, you can cry, whine, and complain about your favorite dude being cut, but like Murph has said in the past, it's a very good point. Don't get too hung up on one or more particular players. Your favorite guy might get traded or released, and all your efforts into one player is unhealthy. Support the Raiders, support the current and players from our storied past, but never forget what will happen in Vegas eventually originated in Oaktown. Uncle Mosh, pass me a powdered donut, please. That's right.
Good stuff, Lino. Appreciate that. And despite my tirade earlier, I welcome alternate opinions, and please share those with us. It's nice, appreciate that, Lino, that you agree with me on that. But that's the way to do it. Like, and again, if you want to have those debates or disagreement, we welcome it. Like, I don't want to just sit around and be told I'm right. You know what I mean? Like, bring it, but do it here. Don't tweet me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't want to go back down that path again.
Yeah. Hey, easy.
I know.
See a fans is a happy time.
It is a happy time.
It's a happy
every time we're here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go all ASMR now.
Oh,
welcome into the Sea of Fans
Sea of Fans ASMR.
Yes, the Sea of Fans.
Okay. We digress. Hey, Murph, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, and Raider fans. Long-time lurker, first-time email coming to you from the UK. While the Raider Nation is everywhere and the Silver and Black UK do a great job of bringing the community together, it can get a little lonely on this side of the pond. That's why I love your show. You bring us all together in our love for the Raiders. I'm also very jealous of the fan cave. I think every person could admit that. It is the greatest of all time. It's the GOAT. It's the GOAT. A little about me. I began following the team in 2015 when I started playing American football, which I just call football, and we have been in love ever since. Playing defensive end, I love trying to model my play from Lyle Alzado. I'm sorry.
Alzado.
Sorry.
Come on, who let the new guy in?
Well, yeah, I am a new guy.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, okay, all right. You get a pass.
I get a pass. Minus the helmet throwing, and I'm looking forward to getting his jersey in the post soon. My first jersey. Even in the last 4 years, I feel like I've experienced enough highs and lows to last a lifetime. The 2016 season was insane. The rest, not so much. Despite my short time following the team, I feel like I've got a great future ahead of us. Knock on wood if you're with me. Enough about me, though. This 53-man roster cut was brutal. Doss being cut was heartbreaking, but you know he's going to have a great career somewhere else, so best of luck to him. The whole receiver group was tough to cut, as most of them deserved a spot. But it's a great problem to have when you have to cut good players to make room for even better ones. I'm a little concerned of only having 4 linebackers, but hopefully we can make a trade for one of our QBs. I love Peterman and Glenham, but we definitely don't need both. As for the rest of them, I think Mayock made the right calls. Eddie Vanderdoes doesn't deserve to be cut a long time ago. Sorry. Although, please, can you not interview any more players in the future? It is sad to see Keith Smith go. Right? Look forward to the start of the season and watching us whip the donkeys at 3:20 a.m. here in the UK.
Woo!
Keep up the great work, guys. From Joe in Preston, UK.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good job,
yeah.
Joe. Appreciate that email. Good stuff there. The chat's killing you a little bit for mispronouncing Alzado, but
leave me alone.
You're okay.
Leave me alone.
He's a little bit of a new guy. It's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
You're
It's
right.
all
All
right.
right. All right. Good stuff there. So you got another one.
Yeah.
And we got to get rolling here.
Yeah,
so
we got one more. Good evening, gentlemen. Hope all is well, and hope you have a good holiday weekend. I have to start this week with a final 53-man roster. Only a few surprises for me. Keeping the 3 QBs makes sense because of DC's injury history. Losing Keith Smith was a blow. I actually thought there was a chance of them keeping both fullbacks. The biggest disappointment was Keelan Doss, who looked to have star quality, but it wasn't meant to be. We get to form our own opinions of a player during a game and have a few sanitized clips of training footage, but we don't get to see the guys when they're really bending their backs. A year on the practice squad could have been in the making of him, but we didn't get that opportunity. The coaches get to know the real mindset of players as they are around them 24/7, and obviously they thought Doss was still raw. Coach Gruden actually stated in a press conference on Monday when asked about Doss, said he's a big story on the TV show, but that's not the reality we saw on tape, which we just talked about. Trust the coach and his staff and give everyone a chance now to prove their worth. In other news, Sports Illustrated published their 100 figures who shaped the NFL's first century. Naturally, I only look for the important Raider-related ones. Only 6 Raiders made it. Was Lyle Alzado.
Alzado,
sorry.
Damn
sorry.
it, Jeff. Okay, that's twice. If
Okay.
you do it a third time, you're out.
Well, don't let me read the damn emails anymore, okay?
We'll know who Lyle Alzado is.
Fair enough.
Darth Raider, man. Let's go.
Fair enough. Al Davis, John Madden, Jamarcus Russell, Kenny Stabler, and Amy Trask.
There you go.
They list the strengths and weaknesses of each person that led them to be included, but I'm sure we can all think of more than 6. I updated my Sizzler list after last week's show, and Big Raider Trucker is now tied for the lead with Big Dog or B Dog in a Pasture. They both have 3 awards now. Congratulations to the Sergeant at Arms, Rev Raider, and Kevin the Raider Nerd, who are only one behind. Finally, this week, I'd like to send a message to everyone. Raider Nation are truly a remarkable group of people. We're all a real family. We don't just say it for the effect. We have a loyalty and dedication like no other, and we've been through way too much heartache and pain. Our time is coming soon, and I believe it starts next week. So buckle up, all you fools in the NFL, because our ship has arrived on your horizon, and we laugh when we've conquered and won. Knock on wood if you're with me.
There we go.
Thanks for your effort, guys. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, Paul Egerton, Shropshire, Mississippi, Pauly Award winner 2019, Sizzler scorekeeper, proud main man, and the one-time winner of the Raiders Fan Radio Sizzler.
Nice. Good job, Paul.
Yeah, man.
Paul bringing the heat on the
Heck
email.
yeah.
Appreciate that, Paul. And now, yeah, they're killing you extra in the chat now. But
Okay.
The best one is iPatch. He says, good thing he only has to say AB instead of Antonio.
I know, right? Yeah, we got to keep it simple.
You'd be saying like Antonio or something.
I know, right? Yeah.
All right, so good stuff there, man. Appreciate all the emailers. That's show@RaidersFanRadio.com. And, man, I love we get so many folks from overseas because it's expensive to call us internationally. And so it's great to hear from all of you. And, man, so keep them coming. And, all right, so If you do call the show at 909-345-3346, you can leave us a message. If we play it 3 times, you become a made man and the maid or maid woman. And the made man of the made people is Aaron, the Q-Dog Raider. We call him Capo, and we always kick it off with him.
Greetings, Don Murph, Consigliere Mosh, Underboss, Sonny, Lil Murph, Swag Jeff, Sergeant Arms, Big Raider Trucker, Nation. It's your Capo Q-Dog Raider coming to you from the great state of Texas. Now, the Raiders brought back a pair of veterans on Monday on the defensive side of the ball. Josh Morrow and, of course, Kyle Wilbur. Now, Morrow was released over the weekend, and on Monday, for whatever reason, they brought this cat right back. And not only did they bring him back, he's now going to be the starting left end, and Baby Cleveland, I won't call him Furl, will be on the right end as far as, the starting lineup is concerned. And they got Arden Key, who I thought was supposed to be some kind of, first-round talent from last year's draft, is going to have to back up Baby Cleveland. But also, Mayock and Chucky, they made another questionable move, head-scratching right here, whenever they picked up Deshaun Kaiser off waivers. Now, if you look, and you go back to the 2017 draft, Mayock was very high on our new third-string quarterback, now that the toe fungus Peterman has been placed on injured reserve. However, I want you to look a little closer about this because Mayock, for whatever reason, had Kaiser rated over top of Patrick Mahomes, Mitchell Trubisky, Deshaun Watson. I mean, do these names ring a bell? I mean, I'm scratching my head because I don't see the talent, but I guess, it's going to take Chucky, the quarterback whisperer, to bring it out of him. So, whatever, man. And congrats to my man Keyshawn Nixon for making the final 53.
Yeah.
And I want to get on to the hit list. Now, I've been on fire with this hit list, and there's been nothing more telling than my hit list because it's all come true. Next to Murph interviewing late Raiders, I mean, there's no more of a sure thing as far as, the end of the line as far as a potential NFL career is concerned. But I digress. And I want to put on the hit list my singing career. Lean on me.
Hey.
When you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Hold up. What the hell am I thinking? Never friends. Never friends. I just needed my paper. And I want to make sure that I do one last thing. This is episode 140, is it not? So I'm going to do something I did from way back in the day. I'm going to crack a 40.
Hey.
Root.
Oh, I love it, man.
Love it.
So good. Oh, that's the best. Good job, Aaron. Man, so we got, okay, now I'm telling you guys tonight, I'm giving you a heads up. We had some killer calls last week. The calls this week are on point, and Aaron set the tone right there with his singing.
Yes.
And he won't be the last person you hear sing
on
the Sea of Fans mailbag.
Whoa, nice.
Hey, it's great. And so, real quick, though, you mentioned Deshaun Kaiser. I think that Kaiser was a nice addition. He's got a big arm, right? He's everything that Gruden likes in quarterbacks from a evaluation perspective when they're coming in the league. He fits all those. He checks all the boxes.
Sure.
And he's only 23 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's young. Like, there's a lot of room still for him to improve and to grow. And so I think it's great. I like Deshaun Kaiser, man. I thought that was an awesome pickup.
I like it.
As a back. I mean, why not? Why not? Okay, next up, we're going to go to our buddy Alex in Tucson, Arizona.
Uncle Mosh, Murph, this is Alex from Tucson, Arizona. Just calling you today just to share my thoughts on the last episode of Hard Knocks. I thought it was a really cool episode. I thought it was really cool that they showed a lot of insight on Jason Cabinda. He's always a player that kind of intrigued me. And so I thought his whole backstory was kind of cool, and, how they showed his mother and stuff like that. And then also, I think the funniest part of Hard Knocks was at the very end when Trent Brown was scarfing down that candy.
Episode 4.
That's me every day. Other than that, man, I'm just really excited for the season. I can't wait to get together with my family, share some good family time, watch a game together. And what we like to do is make food. We're really into barbecuing and making, carne asada and drinking beer. So I'm just excited for the season, man. Life is just better when football's around. So,
amen.
Anyways, hope you guys are doing good, and go Raiders.
Great stuff there, Alex.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that, Alex, because that's the thing that we talked a lot about back when the Raiders first announced they were moving to Vegas, and everybody was, some people were swearing off their fandom and all that stuff. And my point back then was, don't let where the team plays interfere with your ability to enjoy that time, because that's real.
Yeah.
You can affect that. You can't affect where the team plays. You can't affect how well they play, who's going to be on the team, who coaches them, who owns them. You can't affect any of that stuff. You just have to be a fan and just enjoy it for what it is. But you can affect your ability to get together with your friends, to enjoy that time, or in your family, and to enjoy that time together. Like I want to go over to Alex's house. I want to have carne asada and beer and hang out, watch a Raider game. Like, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Like, that's Raider Nation celebrated at its best. So,
yes,
great stuff there, Alex. Appreciate the phone call.
Absolutely.
All right. Second time call, third call, second time caller to the show, Jeff, Coach Davis.
Nice. What's up? What's going on, man? This is Coach Davis. What's going on, Murph, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, Aaron the cute dog Raider. I just want to say I really appreciate y'all playing my calls last night. I figured I might get one in. I didn't know I was going to get both of them in, but I really appreciate that. But, speaking of two calls, this would be the third one. So, technically I'm a made man, right?
Almost.
I'm getting made, right?
Close.
So, Uncle Mosh, you're going to call me one of these days and ask me to do that thing, You're going to call me for a favor. I'll do that favor for you. I'm telling you right now. But, don't be calling me and getting me out of bed unless I'm going to whack somebody. I'm not getting out of bed for nothing less than a whacking. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. So I went ahead and got another 7-day free pass from the Game Pass. How did I do that? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. My Uncle Al taught me that. You know what I mean? So I'm really excited to see who's going to play tonight, who's going to show out, who's going to stand up, who's going to make it damn near impossible to cut, man. I'm looking forward to these young bucks. Just for this whole Raider Nation, man. I'm excited for all of us, man. See what old Keelan Dawes can do tonight, Nixon, Kabinda, can he keep that linebacker spot? Let's see what's going on, man. I'm really excited. But I just wanted to call and tell y'all that I really appreciate y'all playing my calls last night. I love being part of the family, and let me go ahead and get made, so I can get the whacking. All right, Q-Dog, how serious are you about this hit list? You know what I mean? I got to make a trip. Just let me know. All right, I'm out.
All right, great
Thanks,
job,
Coach.
Coach Davis, man. That was awesome. So, a little bit of bad news for you, Coach Davis. You got to it's 3 separate shows.
Yeah, it's got to be 3 shows.
It's got to be 3 shows. So, and Mosh isn't here, and he's the godfather of this whole thing anyway. So, you're gonna make it. I know you.
Yeah,
will,
yeah. Mosh will have you on speed dial for that made man call.
Absolutely. So,
but you got to wait one more week.
So it's 3 shows, and even Capo in the chat said it. Week 3, you get made. No 2-for-1s. Even though we did play both your calls because they were great.
Oh yeah.
And so keep them coming. So great stuff there. And hey, listen, at this point, you're definitely part of family.
Oh, yeah.
Not quite a made man, but you're definitely part of the crew at this point, man. And we love having you be part of it. All right, next up, I love it when we get first-time callers. We've got a couple of them tonight, but we didn't get a name from this caller, so it's just the caller in area code 951.
How's it going, Raider Fan Radio? Just giving you guys a call. It's my first time calling. I'm not even on the YouTube chat or anything else like that. I've just been listening to you guys since the off season, actually. Just found you guys on podcast, and it's awesome, man. I love it. You know what I mean? I love you guys, Uncle Mosh and Murph and Swag Jeff. Obviously coming over to Raider Nation and everything, and
there you go,
doing what he does and getting some numbers for you, and just hitting right on those numbers and everything for the history of the Raiders and everything like that. I was born a Raider. I live right here in the LA area and stuff, and I've never been somebody to ever look at any other team but the Raiders, and I love it. It's the best.
Oh, and I think it cut him off there. Sometimes Google will cut you off a little bit, so I think that's what happened there.
Yeah.
But I like that you got you're giving out the Sizzler Award tonight, which is what we give out to our best emailer or caller of the week, and he's complimenting you, so he's almost lobbying for the Sizzler Award tonight.
Yeah, he could be at the top of the list already.
He could be at the top of the list. Swag Jeff is not shy to accept your praise.
Well, yeah.
All right, next up, host of the Fan Club Blitz. We're going to hear from our buddy Chuck Splatterhead McCann.
Hey, what's going on, Raiders Fan Radio? It's your friend, Chuck Splatterhead McCann. I'm hanging out with my dog. He's got his, we're outside. He's got his Raiders collar on. He's pumped up. He's as fired up as I am, even though he doesn't get to go to the cottage with me, but he stays home and watches the games on TV. When I get home, he's usually crying, and so am I. But this year, we think we're not going to be crying as often as we did last year. Anyway, I wanted to call. I had a great experience today. I went to have lunch with my wife at work, and she introduced me to someone who volunteers there with her, and they gave me a great story. Woman grew up in Alameda, and when she was in college, she had to do a report on a flanker. And her father says, well, you know, our friend George lives 2 houses down, and he's like best friends with Fred Biletnikoff. She proceeds to tell me that she would look out her window on Saturday mornings, and Kenny Stabler and Fred Biletnikoff would be throwing passes to each other in the middle of the street where there was no traffic in Alameda where they lived. And she gives me a great story about, you know, the report that she wrote up for school. And I've got to get her on my show. She's a little hesitant. She's an older woman. She doesn't know about podcasts, but I'm going to ease her in. And as she's telling me this story, a man named, I'm not going to tell you his name. A man walks by, an older gentleman. And, Laura goes, and I'm not going to say his name. Anyway, he was first tight end for the Oakland Raiders in 1960. And, he was only there for 1 year, and he went to play for some other team that we refer to as the Donkeys, finished out his career, but, yeah, pretty cool old school Raider experiences today. So I'm going to try to get both of them on the Fan Club Blitz, which I think is a good possibility. This woman's stories were amazing. Who has Kenny Stabler and Fred Biletnikoff throwing footballs to each other and practicing running routes on the street in front of their house? Amazing. So, anyway, she only got a B+ on the paper. But, all right, Google is about to kill me, so I will talk to you next time, and hopefully I'll have those cool people on my show. All right, go Raiders.
He was flirting with disaster on that time.
I know, right? Yeah. He's got the internal clock going.
Yeah, Google Voice scared him a little bit.
Absolutely. Good stuff there, though. But, hey, he's got that timing. He's a musician, right?
Well,
so he got that timing. And
that was a fun story.
Isn't that great?
That's pretty neat.
That's great. I hope he gets those. It sounds like he's going to have those folks on his show for
yes.
sure. So we will all definitely look forward to hearing that. And you can find that right here on the Murph's Fan Cave Network. Those guys do a great job over at Fan Club Blitz. All right, next up, we call him the Houstorian or the Historian of Raider Nation, and he is Houston Raider Steve. This is a good, timely phone call, also, Swaggo, because he talks a lot about our last Tales from the Nation episode.
Perfect.
Hey, Murph, Mosh, Swag, Jeff, this is Houston Raider Steve, the Historian. I really enjoyed Tales from the Nation, number 4, about the passing of Al Davis. I'm in the restaurant business. The day that Al Davis passed, my general manager comes walking up to me real fast, and he goes, hey, did you see on the news, your owner, Al Davis, just passed away. Man, it was like somebody in my family had died, and I got really quiet. Felt like it was surreal. The world stopped there for a moment or two, and I thought, you know what? My whole life, Al Davis, being a Raider fan, has been in all of our lives, the Godfather. And now he's gone, so it was a huge void. So anyway, so the next day I'm at the game here in Houston and everything, and I've always heard the stories that Al Davis had his 2 rooms made into one room, a suite, and that's actually where he passed away at the Oakland Hilton, and that's where the team stayed. And anyway, Tom Flores still stays there, or he did stay there when he was the voice of play-by-play. Anyway, so I'm at the game. Didn't look so good. Mark Davis was out there, you know, we had a moment of silence. The whole league did that day for Al Davis, all his contributions to the league. And it was a somber day. Limestone Raider was passing out Al buttons and little stickers. So at the end of the game and everything, here I am in the south end zone, deck number 6, you know, up in section 600 something, looking right down on the field, watching the Texans make that winning drive, it looked like. The very last play and everything, here I am in the end zone, and all of a sudden, Matt Schaub runs towards the end zone. Out of nowhere, Tyvon Tywan Branch comes running up, disrupts the play, puts his hands up. He tosses the ball he thought was a soft touch to the receiver down, might have been Dreesen in the end zone. And what's his name? Of course, Michael Huff comes out of nowhere, out of the corner of my eye. He makes that interception, and I'm jumping up and down like anything because I've seen a lot of the losses by the Raiders in NRG Stadium against the Texans. Hugh Jackson's on the sidelines. Has his head in his hands, and he's crying and bawling. And here I am crying, tears streaming down my face, thinking, man, this is for Al Davis. He was the 11th person on that play. Walking out of the stadium, people walked up to me and said, I know you're a Raider fan and everything, but we were all cheering for Al today since he just passed yesterday. So that's my story. Great show. The whole time you were talking about Al Davis, I had tears in my eyes thinking about that weekend and changed my life. Go Raiders, and we're back, baby. Go Raiders, we're back, baby.
Thanks, Historian.
Yeah,
I love
man.
it.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah,
you comment on that one.
Yeah, I love getting respect on our show. I'm glad we're getting so much positive feedback. Such a fun show to do, and that's that. I mean, I guess I didn't really think about it. That game was in his backyard.
Yeah,
that's his home. So so it's cool to kind of get his perspective on that and stuff like that. It's cool. Thanks, Steve. That's awesome.
Yeah. Glad you guys are digging that show. It is fun, and it's an easy listen too. It's short. We keep them like 25, 30 minutes.
25, 30 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, no longer than that. And I don't know which one we're gonna do next. I had a thought. I kind of like the idea. The only thing we've done yet that's referenced the Los Angeles Raiders has been the
Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl, the Black Sunday.
Yep.
I thought Vince, you don't even know this. Vince Evans brought back the Los Angeles Raiders to beat the Washington Redskins. I feel like it was a Monday night, maybe. It might have been a late Sunday game, but it was an amazing comeback. And I'll never forget, they were playing the Redskins fight song, Hail, Hail the Redskins, and they were actually like showing it, like the lyrics to it on the screen and all this stuff, and the Raiders ended up coming back. Vince Evans played like a freaking Hall of Famer that one day, and it was awesome. I thought that might be a fun one to do.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just to plant a seed. And tell me, chat room, what you think there. But
give us ideas for some more episodes.
Yeah, I mean, it's real fertile ground. I mean, we still got Holy Roller, we still got Ghost to the Post.
Got so many.
We still got Sea of Hands. We still got
Tuck Rule.
Tuck Rule. We got a lot of ones to get to. Any of the Super Bowls.
Yep.
Beating the Steelers finally in the AFC Championship game. Like there's a lot still to get to. But anyways, all right. Next up is the Materator. We're gonna hear from our buddy Ron.
Yes.
Murph, I know you don't want to rap, and I don't blame you. But come week 2, we're gonna need you against Kansas City.
Okay, let me clarify this real quick for those of you that aren't familiar. On the Mondays with Mikey and Murph show, when we start the show, Mikey raps, he freestyles.
Yeah.
And on there, a lot of the people on his channel have said, when's Murph gonna rap? And I say never, because I'm not a rapper.
Right.
Okay? I'm not opposed to hip hop. I like it, especially the old school stuff, but I'm not gifted in that way.
No.
So they kept asking, Murph needs to rap. Murph needs to rap. And I said finally, all right, look, I'll make you guys a deal. If we beat Kansas City, I'll rap on Mondays with Mikey and Murph. That's where this came from.
Murph, I know you don't want to rap, and I don't blame you. But come week 2, we're going to need you against Kansas City. So I'm going to try and put some positive vibes out in the universe for you. I'm the Materator, man. Keep an eye on the chat, so don't be disrespecting Murph for calling Uncle Mosh fat. Fan cave, baby. We're not hard to find. Like a Hapax Legomenon, we're one of a kind. We got Q-Dog and B-Dog and like 13 Jeffs, Emiliano Eye Patch, and all of the rest. We got big hearts. We're just from the black hole. If you're running in your mouth, Google Voice will claim your soul.
That is amazing.
Oh my gosh, dude, when I heard that, I was dying. We got 13 Jeffs.
That's amazing.
So
Jeff
good.
Nation.
Oh my
I love
gosh.
that, man. That's awesome.
Oh, Ron,
That's
crushed
awesome,
it, dude.
Yeah, I could play that on repeat in the car.
Oh man, that was so good, man. That was so good. Great job, Ron. Appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate the support. Hey, look, if Ron is willing to get on this thing and rap, then I'm definitely willing to. Should we beat Kansas City? I'll bring some heat, man.
Yeah,
I think the kids refer to that, Jeff, as a banger.
Is that what they call it?
I think that's what the kids are calling it.
Okay,
now.
well, there you go.
There you go. Ron with the banger. All right, next up, Lino, the Full Metal Mexican.
What's up, everybody? You know who this is. Lino, the Full Metal Mexican. Hey, it's episode 140. And my apologies if I steal somebody's thunder here, but just want to say that, first off, respect to Uncle Mosh, Murph, Little Murph, Sonny, Swag Jeff, Capo, Q-Dog, Emiliano, Big Raider Trucker, all the main men and women. And before I go on, let me ask you, Raider Nation? What is your profession? Okay, that cut off. That was kind of lame. But anyways, let me try that again. All right, I could have done a little better, but for episode 140, hey, guess who 140 is significant to? Maurice Hurst Jr. He was drafted in the 5th round, 140 overall. Hey now, anyways, I just wanted to say, keep up the good work. Saw the Sea Chickens game, but sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. And that's all I got to say. Just checking in. Go Raiders.
All right, good stuff, Lino. Appreciate the phone call. And so listen, I'm not gonna take a run at you, Lino, but I gotta say something on this. That sound effect, you know what that's from, Jeff?
I don't know what that's from.
I think that's from 300. And
Is it?
You know this sound effect, if you think about it. What do the Titans do on first down?
They'll go first down. Oh.
They play that sound effect at Titans games and show those Spartans chanting that, going, ooh, ooh. Yeah. So I'm just saying, Lino, it's kind of a Titan thing. So, but I loved it. I love the creativity of it, though. I'm not poo-pooing on that. Great job and appreciate the phone call, as always. All right. Next up, Swaggo, we got another new caller, and we're going to hear from our buddy Daniel.
Hey, Murph, it's Daniel Friedman. You can call my Raider name. I am Raider Trucker Dan, I'm a truck driver, or you just call me Raider Dan. But I was kind of shocked that Keelan Dawes didn't make the team, but I know we're deep on the receiving core, and we weren't able to get Kiko Alonso. He got traded to the Saints. I know we were trying to get him, but didn't work out. But I like our team. I just hope our guards hold up first 2 weeks. I know Denzel Good is healthy now, so maybe he'll start. We'll have to wait and see on that. But I'll be at the Raider game. I'll be representing the Raider Nation. I'll be in my Antonio Brown black Raiders jersey, number 84.
Just
can't
won
wait
Swag's
to get that
heart.
game. It's going to be exciting. The game is going to be lit. But I think we got too many weapons, and I think you're going to see a lot of quick passing game and pounding to Jacob. Just because when you go against, a team with great edge rushers like Denver, or like the Bears, you're going to do a lot of the short passing game. So we'll probably get maybe a few deep balls, but I think we'll see more of the vertical passing game against Kansas City. But I predict the Raiders should win 34-17. I think Carr will throw for like 2 touchdowns, and Jacobs will get like 2 touchdowns running the ball. So, look for the Josh Jacobs coming out party, and Derek Carr is going to have an MVP type season this year. I'm predicting the Raiders will go 11-5 and win the division, with the Chiefs being the wild card at 11-5 as well. And I have the Chargers going 9-7 and Denver 7-9. But yeah, I'll be at the Raiders game representing the Raider Nation, and I can't wait to be at that game. Go Raiders! Hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll give you my post-game thoughts. I'll call in after the game. All right, take it easy. Go Raiders!
Nice job,
All right,
Daniel.
yeah, thanks for the first call, man.
Yeah, man, that was a great job on your first
killed it.
call. Absolutely,
yeah,
man.
and he's repping 84 with me.
Well, that's your guy. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So that's
I'm all about Raider Trucker Dan.
Yeah, and a lot of truckers listen to us. I love that too, because
Well,
my business is and yours too is loosely affiliated with the trucking industry, and so we appreciate that. And the one thing about Kiko Alonso, and then a lot of folks were kind of bummed that the Raiders didn't get him, but you got to remember about Kiko, he can't cover. And we need to cover the Chiefs, and we talked about this in our made man text group that. we're only carrying a handful of linebackers because that's all we need. We need a bunch of safeties. We need a bunch of corners because we got to deal with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we're trying to cover a lot of guys. And so a linebacker that can't really play in pass coverage really doesn't help out the Raiders a ton on defense. So I know they made a play for him, but the reason there wasn't a big push was because of that. He's just not that great in coverage. He gets beat a lot.
Yep.
All right, next up, we're going to hear from our buddy Eye Patch.
Hey, Murph, Mosh, Capo, Nation. This is Eye Patch calling in from sunny Florida. I'm just waiting for the proverbial to hit the fan here. I'm about 4 miles in off the ocean, so it should get a little interesting. But anyway, I don't know if I'll get to see Hard Knocks tomorrow or tonight, or if I'll be able to listen to you tomorrow night because they're going for a lot of power outages. But anyway, talking about Hard Knocks, the two things that struck out to me the most from the first 4 episodes I saw was one with AB in his helmet, how Gruden was walking with him toward the bunker, I guess, after the practice when he was talking to him, put his arm around him and said, if you ever need anybody to talk to. I don't think the media realized, and a lot of the nation doesn't realize what AB went through. And I think Gruden understands it. Gruden was down here in Florida at the time. Everybody loves the Josh Jacobs story, how he was homeless and riding around in his car with his father and stuff. Well, AB was homeless at 15, living on the streets. He had nobody.
Yep.
And I think Gruden understands him, and Mayock understands him, and Gruden, just took him under his wing and, trying to be there for the guy. He's got a position where every inch matters and everything they do, it's just a matter of inches. And to AB, his advantage was that helmet, and he didn't want to give it up. I mean, in his mind, that was his little bit of an advantage he had as a receiver. And I think Gruden fully understood him. Anyway, and the other thing was Derek Carr when he was talking with Gruden and talking about how now he can see how the defense is setting up now that he's in the second year under that system. And I think that's just a big key to being, growing as a quarterback. If he knows how the defense is going to set up instead of just reacting, game planning and seeing things ahead of time, I'm thinking he's going to have a big year this year. Anyway, guys, I got to go batten down some hatches here and get ready for this story, and I don't know when she's going to come. I mean, it's slower than, things barely moving. It's like, Chris Warren III trying to learn how to learn a playbook. It's moving that slow. Anyway, guys, take care. Peace out. I hope I get to hear you. Talk to you soon. Ciao.
All right, Eye Patch, appreciate the phone call. And first and foremost, man, stay safe down there. It looks
like absolutely.
I just looked it up, and a Hurricane Dorian is about 100 miles south of Charleston right now. So we're definitely praying for all those folks.
Yeah,
pray everybody stays
out to you guys.
Stay safe out there, y'all. Absolutely. Hey, something pretty funny. So Ron, famously with the rap there, that's going to go down, man. That was great. And Mojo bust out Ron DMC.
Yes.
In the chat. Yeah, nicely done.
I love that.
That's pretty good. All right, Eye Patch called us back.
Murph, Mosh, Capo. It's Eye Patch calling back. I don't know how long we're going to be without power we're going to lose some cell towers or what. But anyway, I'm going to double dip you. So I also got this to say. All these people who, again, are losing the proverbial about Keelan Doss and Marshall and all these other guys getting cut, picking up another quarterback. Man, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, man. This is Raider football. These guys know what they're doing. They see these guys every day in practice, everything they're doing off field. They know these guys inside and out. We just looking from afar. Keelan Doss, I didn't even know who this guy was 3 months ago. And everybody's losing their minds over him getting released. And he's a good call. He was a good pick. I mean, he tried out. He didn't make it. We were loaded at that position. So everybody just chill. Let these guys do their job. We're about a week away from the season, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be the revenge tour, and let us just stay together, march on, and have trust in these guys. Raiders.
Nice. Thanks, man.
Nicely done. Absolutely. Eye Patch it. Yeah, couldn't agree more, man. They're
Absolutely.
the guys, they're looking at hours of footage, and we're not.
Yep.
Right? Okay, good stuff there. And all right, next up, I talked about him at the top of the show, and here he is towards the end, the man that defends our freedom when he goes to work every day, Mr. Mojo Raider.
What's up, fellas? What's up, made man? Mojo, San Diego, checking in. Hey, I got a couple things to talk about. One, today I'm 40, man. I'm halfway dead. So happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
2,
All right.
This is it. We get real live Raider action on Monday. This is the last week we got to deal with all this nonsense, watching vanilla plays and all the crap you see on the Hard Knocks and all that stuff. Now we're going to see what the team's all about. I'm stoked. So let's beat them donkeys on Monday night. And had a Raiders fan convention out here in San Diego this past weekend. I got the pleasure of meeting Chuck McCann, Splatterhead's son. I passed off some homemade San Diego East County moonshine for Chuck and Fitz and Potts and the crew. So, boys, when you get that, go easy, man. I don't want you guys going blind out there. All right? Murph, Mosh, Swaggy J, you guys enjoy the game. I can't wait to hear you guys the week following. Just win, baby.
All right, good
Thanks,
stuff.
Mojo. You the man.
Absolutely. Good stuff there. And, yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm so thankful we're in the regular season now. Like, I can't wait to get. And it's funny, like, I get so excited when football season gets here, but then I remember about by the third week of the preseason, I'm like, oof, like, we need to really get this thing going.
Yes.
The storylines just stop forming on unnecessary things typically and start to line up. So I'm with you, Mojo. I can't wait, man. I'm excited.
Yep.
All right, last one of the night. Last but not least, he's on my Mount Rushmore, Swag. He's become one of my favorites, man, and we're going to hear from our buddy Rev Raider.
Rev Raider, New Jersey State, signing bonus, Juggernaut Award, Fannies. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? You said you'll be coming back this way again. Baby, 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 oh. Let me stop playing them around. What's going on, Murph and Uncle Boss? This is Rev Raider. That was my little ode to Hard Knocks. Thinking that's probably what Keelan Dawes was saying to Gruden before, right after they cut him, you know. But definitely enjoyed it, man. Now it's just the roster's pretty much set. Time to get ready for the season, you know. I'm real excited about it. Kind of feeling like that kid who's about to start school in a couple of days got that fresh outfit, and I'm like, ooh, we about to kill him with this one. But that's basically how I feel right now, you know. I can't wait to see what we have to unleash on the league. You know, just like Q-Dog was saying, this is the payback tour. Let's get it. It's a lot of people that need to be shut up out here. And I think we're primed to do it. I believe we're primed to do it. You know? So, sad to see Keelan Dawes go. Even Kabinda. Happy for him. They got better opportunities. Maybe he went, you know, over to Jacksonville because we got such a deep roster of wide receivers. He didn't think he was going to get much. But that's all I got. Excited for the season. Ready to get to it. Peace.
All right.
Good stuff there from Rev Raider.
I love Rev Raider, man.
He went Carpenters on us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and well.
Yeah, man.
He can sing.
Heck yeah, absolutely.
That was
absolutely.
Great,
yeah, I dug it, man. It's awesome.
I love it the way that y'all are singing and rapping.
Yes.
Sound effects and all that.
Absolutely.
Your calls are going next level, man.
Oh,
it is great,
yes.
great stuff.
I love it.
So we award a Sizzler every week to the best caller or emailer. Swag, what you got?
Yeah. So we've got a long rundown.
Right.
So we started with some emails. We started from Frank with from NorCal talking about how he made an inquiry to Apple Maps to make sure they put Allegiant Stadium in Vegas.
Yes.
We had the Full Metal Mexican with an email who challenges me on episode 140. Joe from over the pond getting a Darth Raider jersey, and although I couldn't pronounce it, that's what he's getting. So we had Paul talk about the 100 figures that shaped the NFL, and only 6 Raiders, which is BS. But and then of course we started off the calls with our boy Capo singing and cracking 40s.
Oh man,
singing and cracking 40s. I love it. We had Alex in Tucson with his take on Hard Knocks and talk about Trent Brown's Scarf and Candy and his family barbecues, which we would love to be a part of because it sounded wonderful.
Yes.
And we had then we had Coach Davis, who is almost made, and will definitely be receiving calls from Mosh in the future to whack some fools. We had the nameless caller in the 951 showing love for your boy Swaggy J. And then we had Splatterhead talking about the story of a woman with Stabler and Freddie B in the streets, working on routes and catching passes, which is awesome. We had Historian Raider Steve, Dead Scroll Steve, talking about Tales from the Nation and where he was when he found out that Al Davis had passed away at work. And then the game that followed was in his backyard and got to see that live, which is awesome.
That is so cool.
And we had Full Metal Mexican with a call with an epic fail soundbite. And again, trying to take my job. Tried to take it twice in one show. We had Daniel, who was a first-time caller, Raider Trucker Dan, repping 84 with your boy Swaggy J in Oakland, and talking about the short pass game for Monday night, which I mean, I think is going to be big. You know, we got Renfro over there, and I'm telling you that this guy along. I mean, we've talked about Abram all season long, but Renfro could be a major steal in the fifth round, man.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone seems to love him. He's not dropping passes. He's the real deal, and I think he's going to be a big part of Monday night's game. We had both of iPatch's calls where he talks about Hard Knocks and how he likes Gruden and AB's conversations, and then also told the proverbial you to just chill out about all the cuts. And then we had Mojo, who, happy birthday, brother.
Yes, sir.
And is ready for some real-life regular season football. And then we ended it with Rev Raider with the pipes, bruh. He had pipes. And almost stole a Sizzler at the last second.
Do we have a controversy in the Sizzler Award?
Oh, he almost stole it. But after further review... Ron the Miderator rapping about all 13 swag or all 13 Jeffs and all that. So here, take yourself a Sizzler.
Sizzler.
Nice job, everybody. Appreciate all the calls, all the emails. That is great stuff. And yeah, Ron, man, that was funny when the 13 Jeffs line.
Oh my gosh, that killed me.
That was classic.
That killed me. I love
it. And not to take away from the Carpenter superstar.
No, man.
You know what I mean?
I dug it, man. Yeah, you got some major pipes on you, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But we had to give the Sizzler to the rapper of the night.
I know, and even Capo was singing tonight,
heck
man.
Yeah,
that was great.
I love it. You guys got some talent, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Our listeners are the best.
But keep your day job.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders.
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight on Raiders Fan Radio, this 90-minute episode that is now 2 hours and 3 minutes long.
All right. Yeah. Hey, that's not terrible, though.
That's actually not bad. We actually did
terrible.
Pretty good. And we cut stuff.
Yeah, we had a lot more to talk about.
You guys thought I was joking last week when I said that we cut stuff and we still run over? Well, here you go.
Here you go, prime example.
And it's because we got so many great calls tonight. Like we had 12, 13 if you count Capo. We had 13 calls tonight, and they're great. So I'm not going to...
No, we're not going to cut that. You guys make the show.
Exactly.
We'll cut our stuff.
I'll cut my... Exactly.
We'll cut our stuff, and then occasionally we get on soapbox like Murph did for about 17 minutes tonight. And, but that's okay. That's okay.
It wasn't 17 minutes.
It felt like forever.
You were stifling me over there.
I was stifling the crap out of you.
You got sick of hearing me, didn't you?
Yeah, I was a little sick of it.
It's okay.
It's okay. Because I'm sick of the situation.
I got you.
I'm sick of all the negative AB talk, man.
I felt like I just needed to get it all out so that I can move past. Because now, all right, there's nothing, that's it. It's finished.
Well, mark this down, everyone.
Well, yeah.
Murph is finished talking about AB drama.
I don't talk about Khalil Mack. I don't talk about the Raiders moving to Vegas, and Derek Carr's our starting quarterback. That's it. I don't talk about those things either.
Perfect.
So, this is it.
Because the next time we're on the air, we're going to be talking about a week 1 game. You know?
Yes.
This is the last Raiders fan radio of this season that we're not going to be talking about a football game that has happened.
Oh, so good.
Cannot
man.
wait.
Cannot wait. It's going to be awesome. Going to be awesome. You coming over Monday night?
Well, yeah, I might have to. It's going to be a late game. I might have to bring my sleeping bag or something, but I'm going to be here.
All right.
Sleep over at Murph's.
Absolutely. Come on, y'all. We got plenty of room in the fan cave,
That's
man.
right.
We got spare beds, man.
That's
Come
right.
on. All right. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Appreciate everyone in the chat room for joining us. Hit it real quick. I can't scroll up, but Raider Roo, The Big Easy, Eye Patch, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Running Bear, Mojo Raider, Sugar Shane, Ron the Mater Raider, Full Metal Mexican, the Dakota Raider is in there. Did I say The Big Easy yet? Dave is in there. There we go. That's all I see for right there. But thank you to all of you that are in there now and all of you that have joined in and out all of night long. We appreciate you.
Yes.
You can be a part of the conversation. YouTube.com/Murph's Fan Cave and join all these awesome folks that are in the chat and populate the RFR community. You guys rule. Go to RaidersFanRadio.com. Buy a t-shirt. Click on our gear link. Help us support the Bolitnikoff Foundation. And thank you to those of you that subscribe to us and support us each and every day. And I'm done talking. Swag Jeff, take us home.
That's right. For your boy Murph, this is your boy Swag Jeff. Thanks for joining Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. And remember, everyone, what happens in Vegas started in Oakland. Good night.
We got Q-Dog and B-Dog and like 13 Jeffs, Emiliano, Eye Patch, and all of the rest.